Hello and welcome. I don't know, I'm sat like that, look bloody bored. Anyway, hello, welcome. Welcome back to the Tuesday stream. Missed Thursday night because Casper was in the hospital, but it is all good now. Her finger's okay. So we're back on track. Grappig Canker, lovely. What's up, JHS13? How are we doing? The lobby is as follows. The little poll went out into the Discord earlier on today, ready to finish at just before the stream starts, and it was chosen Watkins Glen to begin with tonight. So 6 laps for Watkins Glen. Right. So yeah, there's your settings. BOP is on. Ich bin ein Gummibär, says Astral. I know that one. I know what that means. Anyway, so there's the settings, guys. I hope everyone is ready.
I am, yeah. My PS4 loaded up quick.
Well, I hope it's ready.
It is.
Fantastic. So the lobby is live, gentlemen. Spat, Jolvo, Astral, Deluxe, Grappig, JHS13. Now rocking his S sportsmanship. Nice, mate. Blaze, LBR MMX back as well. Nice to see you, Lucas. Gueras, hello, Carlos. How are we? Not an absolute fill out straight away. I'm not going to read that one out in case I butcher the say or the spelling of it. I'm not reading that one out. Braver man than that. Thank you. Almalu, newcomer. Who else is a newcomer then this evening? Obviously, Mr. Brook here. I'm not saying that. Harry says it's stuck loading. A few people were trying to connect at the same time, so it may be that. So yeah, you should be able to connect in now. Of course, those lads have just correct.
Whoa.
Can someone private message me what that means?
What? This guy's?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can be. On Discord or PS? Discord or PS?
Not PS.
Grappig!
Am I the only one that didn't see it?
Oh, he's left. Oh no, he hasn't. He's not left. He's there.
He's still there.
Hazard is in. Cody Kids, a newcomer, is also in. Welcome in, gentlemen.
RCZ in the Peugeot.
There we go. So that's everyone alerted to the stream. There's one more spot available for anyone that fancies it.
Can you tell him or?
Yeah, Discorded it to me.
Discord it to me too, because I didn't see it.
Okay, yeah.
One spot left. That's right. JHS. Yeah, put it into Discord for me.
On
I did already.
admins or? Okay.
I did already.
Okay.
On DMs.
Okay.
Grappig, you want
Oh
to
Christ.
or?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that's a very interesting name.
It is.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do about that. Welcome in, I guess, Mr. Bridge.
Should I read it out loud?
No, Grappig. No, you shouldn't.
Maybe I should.
Welcome in those that are joining us. First race is at Watkins Glen here tonight, and we'll be underway shortly. Practice is qualifying, guys, so get your laps in now, and it'll decide the grid.
I'll start at the back. I don't. Real guys, start at the back.
I really hope you crash.
Don't know real guy ever.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, make panic moves.
I will, cause Spectator is probably gonna do it up and start at the front.
No, but like not even getting off.
No pit stops tonight. It's sprint, so no tyre wear, no fuel wear, no nothing, just straight racing.
My leg.
Grappig, I'm probably gonna get killed by a German bridge, so...
Wait, what was his name again? Can you read it to me?
No.
No, I will not pronounce his name on stream, no. I'm not gonna do
Why not?
that. I think
It's
obvious.
just some German words.
Gueras, are we able to move off of the track there? I know you're not really on the racing line, but you are in a bit of a position there, bud.
Oh.
Thank you very much, Gueras. Make sure we're smashing the like button on the stream, though, guys. I don't know how many likes we've got tonight, but hopefully we can get a good amount tonight. The same for over 20 likes here tonight.
The bridge.
Let's also grab the Discord link to stick it into the chat as well.
Die Brücke. Okay. Let me just spawn me.
There we go. So we'll pin that message there. Lovely. Lovely. Right. So are we all racing this evening, or are we going to be having anyone joining me in the commentary box tonight?
I'm racing.
Panam's racing, Jovel's racing. Yeah, no, I was just asking. It's all good. I'm happy with solo commentating. But I just never know with you lot, and say sometimes there's always someone who's just sitting out or whatever. Astro lives all over the place here.
The bridge is very laggy.
I knew it.
We are all in regulation now, right, with our driving ratings. Let's have a look. A, B, Guerras, but that's okay. We know who you are. Mr. Bridge, LBR, Cody Kiz, and Almalu, all on the limit of the regulations. Sorry, that was it. I also apologise if I sound a bit bunged up tonight, guys. The hay fever is kicking my backside for some reason. Well, I know why, but it's what it is. Nothing I can do about it. Just means that I've lost the use of my left nostril and but most of the use of my left eye. Traffic, I know. It's rough, man. It's a rough life to live. But it attacked me out of nowhere when I was about 23. Welcome. Stream has ended. It's just begun. Live spectator commentary, YouTube. Oh yeah, thank you. There we go. Let's bang that there.
Honestly,
Yeah, nice to see you all, fellas. I think it's only fair that I get into the appropriate car. I just love plants so much, you're right, Casper. I am a plant fan.
I'm going another car.
I'll say the BMW is looking popular this evening.
Really bad.
Mustang. We got a good little variety on the grid. The Porsche is looking more popular, I will be honest. There's a lot of people in the Porsche.
I will change.
Only one Supra, which is nice to see.
What car?
Hopefully it's just a little bit of residual lobby lag that can get sorted out and we're not going to see it all the way through the race. That'd be a shame if we did. Spatula's actually on a purple lap while still holding a 0.5 penalty.
I wasn't. I just said hi.
Let me try this car.
No. Skittish.
Could someone check how many likes we have on the stream if you're not on a fly lap? 15. 15 likes already, guys. Thank you so much. Anyone who's watching who hasn't already liked, smash that like button for us. And of course, if you're watching and you haven't already subscribed, make sure to do so as well. And stay involved with everything that we do here. And of course, we go live every week. Unless, obviously, we've told you all or beforehand otherwise. And but yeah, other than that, it's Tuesday, Wednesdays and Thursdays are our streaming days. And this week, we've got Group 3 racing tonight to kick it off. We've got the RDRP tomorrow.
Yes.
And we've got the Disco Community Night then coming on Thursday. What's so obvious here now? Panam?
Said that the bridge and Almalu, that they both are mad laggy. The bridge asked, what can I do? I said, get better internet. Like, what?
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing you can do right now this second in game, but yeah, you could try and. I am seeing. I am seeing there's a bit of lag here from Almalu, which is a shame, but hopefully it doesn't affect everyone in race.
It will probably affect me.
Turn the volume down a minute while.
Dang. I'm waiting for the 44 hours go. Where's that? Where did that go?
I'm trying.
Okay, well, about 2 more minutes till final lap then.
Okay.
I'm still half a second ahead of Spud.
Half a sec. What happened to Spad? Spad washed.
There we are, 2 minutes till final lap.
that was a boom corner.
So basically everyone is...
So yeah, let's just have a look through them from the top all the way down about who we've got on board and who is rocking what liveries. So Astral is in the RCF. What's the main inspiration for the livery, Astral?
GK. Is it GK?
No, I don't know. I chose the oh my god. I chose the WEC Lexus as a format.
Nice.
So I just like recreated that and just put whatever I wanted on it.
Nice.
JHS, go. I need space.
Oh my god.
Okay.
JHS is in a lime.
That's fine, LBR. It's all good.
Well, that-
I mean, realistically, but the more community members that aren't able to make it to the stream, just it's okay because it gives the opportunity to space for new community members to take them. But if anyone with us is joining us tomorrow for the RDRP, of course, it'd be good to see you. The regulations were posted in the description below the stream, so make sure to go and check that out before just jumping in, though, of course, because we do things a little bit differently with our RP lobbies. So who are we missing admin-wise tonight, then? We're just missing Semi and Zach.
Yeah.
We're just missing Semi and Zach tonight.
Just be late.
Yeah, he's always late.
Whoa.
Zach's never been here from the
Yeah,
start of a
probably
stream, I think, or maybe once.
I hate humanity, honestly.
Why do you hate humanity?
Whoever
Spat.
just kicked in is a-
Row M6.
Yeah, my internet.
Sorry, was it Rower? Hello, hello, Icon. Oh my god, Icon. There's an OG. How we doing, sir? Welcome back. I have not seen your name in a very long time, other than on the ranking boards on a couple of well, missions or circuit experiences,
Fine,
etc. How you doing, man? Good to hear, man. Good to hear. Nice to have you back, bud. I'm not too bad, mate. Not too bad. Thank you, Pan. I was about to call that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I will let you know when the space is available. It's open lobby. I mean, there's a space there. Astral's just left.
Bro.
You lag out.
Yeah, my internet's acting up.
Oh, that's a shame. Hopefully, Astral can stay connected.
Okay, I'm back in.
I don't know. Something happened to my Wi-Fi that is not bad.
Orion.
Orion.
Hello, boys.
Sorry, guys. My throat is
Hi, Jova.
my throat is challenging me.
Pause.
Also driving the M6.
No.
Oh, Jolvo switched out to the RCF. Change up for Jolvo.
Looked like an M6 from there.
Almalu's in the AMG. LBR is in the Ford GT race car. Big slide there out of the boot. Of course you're welcome, Icon. Of course you are. Whenever there's a spot, though, I'll just call it for anyone in the lobby. It's first come, first serve on the space. We don't lobby reset. We just leave the lobby run, and obviously people then able to find it. Hazard in the Supra or the FT1, whichever one that is. Pan Am.
It's a final lap, so anyway.
Yeah, Pan Am's in the Repsol M6, Squareas in the Sprint M6, D-Lox in the Citroen.
Of course.
Astral's managed to find himself back in, which is good. Grappig in his 911 RSR. JHS13 returning the green McLaren to Watkins Glen. Cody, I just also saw then, is in a Mustang, which is lovely to see. Blaze is also in a Porsche. JHS13 there in the McLaren. So Mr. Bridge here is in a Rexy livery, but applied to a Beetle, which is very interesting. Jolvo's doing donuts. D-Lox in the Jamrock M6, lovely. And then a Porsche then for Travincast 24. Are we ready then, gentlemen?
I'm a parked at the apex of the one, so no one can do a fast lap.
A 144.3 but kept running into traffic. Well, 144.7 is still an incredible lap, Spats, so you're out in front.
It was already final lap.
Bro, I literally disconnected, like, come on.
There we go.
Your problem, not mine.
Thank you, JHS13. I was just about to ask. Hurry up then, LBR. Hurry up. You have not got long left at all. There's a spot in
Someone left.
now icon if you want to join, or Orion, whichever one of you can get back in. Spot's gone. Who's it gone to? You won't have time to do a lap now, I'm afraid, Orion. There we are. So Orion's managed to step in this time. Unlucky icon, but hopefully we'll catch you again in the next race if there's a lobby spot available for you. Yeah, but looking at it, I think everyone is ready.
Whereas.
Yeah, I believe everyone's ready. Okay.
Up into turn 1.
Let's bang our camera off then. Let's get the race started. I'm going to move myself on over to stream chat and leave these guys have the chat while they're racing. Best of luck in the race, gentlemen. We shall catch you all afterwards. There we are, and switched us over. So now it is just me and you stream. There we go. So, Spatula out on the front of the grid. Astral second place. Gueras third. Hazard fourth. Graphic fifth. Deluxe sixth. JHS 7th, Blaze 8th, Travicas 9th, 10th, Orion, Bridge 11th, LBR 12th, Malulu 13th, Jolvo 14th, Panam 15th. And away they go. Spatula cover in the inside, heading down into T1. Why has that come up? There we go. Spatula holding out T1, Astro behind, Gueras behind. Everyone has made it through. I think, yes, they all have. Fantastic. So a great turn one here at Watkins Glen. Spatula and Astral battling it out for the lead, but it is Spatula that currently holds the position. And say Astral's got the chicane coming up now, as does Gueras and Hazard, both too wide heading to the chicane. Looking further back, there's Grappig and there's JHS, also too wide. Everyone travels through too wide. Spatula makes it through. Astral, Gueras, Hazard's on the inside. Little bit of touch and contact between everyone else, but the grid makes it through nice enough, apart from Grappig, who finds himself at the back. There must have been a little bit of an incident there, so let's just have a quick look back at that and see if we can catch what had happened there. No, not from that one. It'll have to be this one. It'll have to be this one. We'll come back to the leaderboard in just a second and see some positions being handed back. No, nothing's going on there, but yes, it must have been between JHS 13 and Grappig, so if we do need to come back and have a look at that, Grappig, let us know after the race. Astro, though, thanks to his penalty on Spatula, has found himself in charge of the race now in the RCF. He's in front of Spatula by about half a second, which is what Spat had lost due to the penalty. And Gueras now occupies the third place spot ahead of Hazard. 0.5 penalty, though, unfortunately, so he's going to have to do some work to get away from Hazard to keep that third place that he's got now. Hazard's in fourth, though, with Orion in fifth, and Deluxe challenging him behind in sixth. Jolvo is in 7th place with Panam in 8th. JHS 13 now in 9th. Blaze 10th. And Mr. Bridge 11th. Grappig in 12th. Travanicus in 13th. Almalu in 14th. And LBR in 15th. Grappig's done nicely there to recover himself back up a few positions. So let's stay on board then with the leadership battle. Little slide from Astral, but he holds it nice enough. He's got Spatula now creeping up onto the inside, making it too wide into the S's, out of section 1 and towards the chicane. Spatula, I think, on the position. He is now in front. Yes, Spatula now occupies the position. The M6 just having the legs on the RCF. And then further back is Hazard, about a second and a half out, with Gueras, 0.5 penalty, of course, just behind him. But Gueras definitely making his presence known. If we ride on board with the back of Hazard there, you can watch Gueras start to creep in on Gueras, of course. Or Gueras starts creeping in on Hazard, sorry. But, of course, that 0.5 penalty is going to cost him. So then on board from the rear end of Orion, you can see behind that he has got challenges from Jolvo, Deluxe, and I believe that further, yes, Panam. So some strong drivers here challenging the back for Orion, but it depends. If Orion's having a good race day, he very much will be a quick one to watch. With that said, though, and say we have got Jolvo, who pushes up the inside. A penalty for Orion, so forces the loss of his position there. It is now Jolvo in 5th place. Astral now into 4th. What happened there for Astral? He was just battling for the lead with Spat there, as we can see here, as they come around this section. No, and say that's lap 1. Why is that showing us lap 1? Do apologise. Anyway, Astral's now made us move back up around Gueras into third and chasing Hazard for his position back in second place behind Spat, who's out in front in first. 2.5 months, nearly 3 seconds now is the gap between first of Spatula and Hazard in second place. Hazard's having a phenomenal race so far in that Supra FT, whatever it is, FT1. It definitely looks like a Supra anyway, but yes, the Group 3 car Shadow Realm Racing livery driven by Hazard. We've got Astral in the RCF in third, Gueras in fourth in the Sprint M6 chasing as much as he can, and then Jolvo further behind with Panam. Ooh, Deluxe just finds the wall there on accident. That sits him behind and out of that battle, but Panam approaching now onto Jolvo, approaching the chicane. Panam looks on the outside but backs out of it, doesn't want to make that move just yet. Jolvo now holding it through the chicane. And round, I can't remember, it's not the boot, this bit. I forgot the name of this section, but anyway, it's a lovely swooping section. It's about the middle of section 2, I believe. If not the end of section 2, or the end of section, section 2. I want to say the end of section 2. So yes, we'll see now Jolvo up the hairpin bend. Nice exit here. Got to be careful to watch the back end doesn't slide out. It's very common here. Junior chats. Hello, Matt. Welcome back, AK. How are we? Oh, Gueras making a move on third place of Hazard. He takes the position. Hazard pushed back down into third. However, Hazard's on the inside line through the boot. He takes it back. Gueras with the longer line. Hazard parks that Toyota right in front of Gueras. He can't do anything. It is Gueras' move to attack once again. Astro, though, has found himself back into second place and trying to hunt down Spatula, who is now 4 seconds out in front. At the moment, I think the battle is going to be here in the sort of the top ends of the mid-pack. We've got Hazard and Gueras, 0.3 split in these two. Then just a second and a half back, we've got Jolvo, a 0.5 penalty above his head, leading a train there of Panam and Deluxe, both in the M6s. Panam now, though, having to park back behind Jolvo's RCF. Can't find his way around here. He's going to have to use the S's in the long straight before the chicane and hopefully make a move there. Deluxe, though, is pressuring behind him. He's got a lot going on. What the next track is, well, it'll be up to the leader, so we'll see what Spat decides. So Panam giving Jolvo a little bit of a bump. Deluxe look around the outside, doesn't make it stick. Jolvo still in front around the chicane so far. He's got Gueras about a second in front, who's still battling for the position from Hazard. Hazard still holding third place nicely. Further back then, still with Jolvo, of course, he's about to head over the penalty line soon, which is going to cost him his position in fifth. He's probably going to drop down behind Deluxe, I'd imagine, with that 0.5. You lose roughly about a second here at Watkins Glen under the 0.5 penalty, which is a shame, but of course, that is the penalty for shortcutting. So there goes Jolvo, and past goes Panam and Deluxe. Both now into bumper to bumper towards the end of the first section. Deluxe dives up the inside of Panam and finds himself in the position and on the inside line heading into the last couple of corners here. Again, this is another one where we can see the cars slip out, but Deluxe and Panam and Jolvo, to be fair to him, all hold that line nicely. Panam now looking up the inside to go too wide into the final two bends. No, not going to happen from Deluxe. He shuts the door. Deluxe now running still in fifth. Jolvo at the back from seventh, of course, previously occupying fifth. He's going to have to fight now over the next 2 laps to see if he can bring anything back. But Gueras so far has been a bit of a highlight for me in terms of having a fantastic race, as is Hazard. Hazard actually finding the podium here in this race so far. Of course, that's if Gueras doesn't take it off in first. Hello, Alex. How you doing? But yeah, it's great to see these two having a lovely, clean battle as well. I'll say a lot of tussling, bit of shoulder barging going on between the pair, but nothing untoward, hopefully. And of course, both runners still looking rather nice. Jolvo looking around the outside of Panam, but unable to make the move go. They're going to have a little train here, led by Deluxe through the chicane. And yes, it doesn't seem like there's much room there for Jolvo at the moment. Of course, anything could happen. A little mistake could be made from Deluxe, and it'll open up any sort of door for Panam and maybe even Jolvo to sneak through. It is, of course, the problem when you have got two cars attacking you from such a position like Panam and Jolvo are right now. Deluxe, though, he's doing really, really well, holding that defensive line there. Look, tucking on the inside, not taking any prisoners, not giving any mistakes. Bit of a slip and slide there from the M6, but he manages to recover it nice enough. I think, though, it has dropped him a little bit of time as Panam is now right on his bumper. Gueras is now up into third. What happened there? Something had gone on, but it means Hazard is now dangling away in front of Deluxe. That's a little bit of a problem. And say, if something happened, Hazard, make sure to remember it, and we'll come back to it. And we'll have a look at the end in the steward section. But so far, it is Hazard in fourth, leading this charge, with Deluxe, Panam and Jolvo in tow for the final lap. Spat, who's just come across the line to start the final lap, has 5.5 seconds between himself and Astral. Near 2 second gap then back to Gueras running in third place with an equal 2 second gap behind to Hazard. But of course something happened there, so may have to have a look at that. Gueras runs wide through the first bend. Hazard just about holds it in, using as much curb as he possibly can there to extend his lead from now Panam, who occupies the 5th position is in charge of this little battle. Deluxe unfortunately has picked up a 0.5 penalty and has also lost himself 2 positions, and Jolvo has moved himself back up 1 to 6th. So it's now Panam, oh no, sorry, Hazard actually leading this little battle train for 4th, all the way down to 7th through the chicane. 0.5 penalty for Gueras. That's going to drop him right into the clasp of Hazard when we come around across the penalty line, so long as Hazard stays on him. Spatula, though, 6 seconds in, just coming across the, or just coming round the hairpin now, up the straight towards the final section now for the last time. He has got Omalu running in front of him in the AMG, but hopefully Omalu does jump out of the way for him. Astral in second place has also had a fantastic race. A little bit of an issue happened between the pair. Not the pair, but maybe just with Astral, but of course it did cost him a little bit of time. He could well have been challenging here for the position, but it's all good for now. It is Hazard occupying third. We've got Panam in fourth and Gueras in fifth. That penalty really has cost him a lot of time. Hazard, though, regains the podium, but Panam looks to snatch it off him. Last couple of corners, and Panam is in front of Hazard. Hazard has to attack back. He's only got 2 corners to do it. No door is open there for him. Panam occupying third place. Spatula across the line in first. Astral approaching the line here in second place, but it is Panam occupying third place. A photo finish with Hazard for fourth. Fifth goes to Gueras, 6th to Deluxe. Blaze in 7th place. A big issue there with Grappig. Blaze was 7th, Orion 8th, Travis 9th, Jolvo 10th, JHS 13 11th, and then Grappig back in 12th. I'm not too sure, something happened actually at the end. What had gone on there? But anyway, Mr. Bridge then coming across in 13th, and then LBR in 14th. Yes, something happened there, JHS. I did see it. But we don't have any of that in our lobbies, guys. We know that. So he gave it back a lap later. Okay, fair enough. That's fine. I'll say if you guys solve the issues on track, we don't need to look back at them. But there's a few things there that I think we may need to. I did see Grappig take the barrier after the first chicane lap 1. So we may potentially have to go back and have a look back at that. But no, congratulations to Spatula on winning the first race here on the Tuesday Group 3 rate or sprint racing, and it is up to you to decide where we're going next. Quickly save that replay though. I'll have a look at the rankings. So currently Spatula out in front, Astral 2nd, Panam 3rd, Hazard 4th, Gueras 5th, Deluxe 6th, Blaze 7th, Ryan 8th. Travis 9th, Jolvo 10th, JHS 11th, Grappig 12th, 13th goes to Mr. Bridge, 14th LBR, and then 15th to Almalu, who disconnected. So yeah, something happened between everyone there. I'm not too sure what had gone on, but I'm pretty sure something needs to be looked back at from the first lap between Grappig and maybe Jay or Julian, JHS 13.
No,
but then something happened at the end and he was taken out. And Grappig, I did see you involved.
Yes, can I explain?
Did you take him out?
So, yes, but can I explain it? First of all,
Not really, because you took him out. You know the rules. What are the rules? How do we look back on incidents?
Can I explain something?
I'm not actually interested in hearing it, if I'm honest, mate.
I am.
You're interested in hearing it. I mean, sure, it's just why would you run him off again, like purposely like that? Remember what happened with with Orion and Sliced when this happened before on Seaside and someone's race was ruined. I mean, I appreciate that no one's race was really ruined here in a sense, but still, we don't need to do that. Just remember it and.
He explained.
Okay, explain.
First lap, you saw me kill him. No, you saw him kill me.
I saw something happened and then you recovered and got back to 12th
No.
on the same lap.
I was next to him. He fully pushes me wide, so I fall down again. Work my way back. I go back to him. He pushes me wide again. I get really sick of it. He also pushed Orion wide multiple times, right? Alright.
He's muted.
I
He's
guess
muted.
not.
Alright,
I'm not-
muted.
But at
I'm
least
not muted.
he pushed me wide multiple times. I got really sick of it because he keeps calling me really bad at racing when he does stuff like that. So yes, I rammed him.
Well, A, you're naughty for ramming him. That's stupid. We're going to
Yeah.
Brands Hatch for the next race. But we will have a look back at that incident and see if it was worth it. If like there was genuinely... So there was 2 incidents you said on 2 different points, wasn't there?
3.
3 different incidents. Okay, so we'll have a look back at those 3 incidents, and if they all sort of correlate to, yes, that was wrong on his behalf, then I'm going to let you off.
I got you one that I can send you.
I'll take
The
that.
other one was the other one.
Also, JHS has said he's never called Grappig a bad racer, so you've just sort of made that one
is
up.
not true. That is not
GG Panam, by the way.
I'd like to see a bit of
Thanks
proof.
for giving me P3. You
Anyway,
you
let's change it
decided
on
for
over
some reason
to
I
Brands
was in the-
Hatch.
in the booth,
As soon as you get in though, guys,
Yeah.
remember, jump into
Oh,
your
Brands.
cars straight to track, get some lap times in, because after
take
about
that.
10 minutes of practice, we'll be calling it and heading into the race.
Now, brands. Really?
No, this is good for me.
LeBron James.
Spatula picked it, Spatula won. If you want to pick the track, win the race.
I'm gonna get a podium, man.
You know the rules, guys.
That I bottled last time.
Am I allowed to do this race or do I need to?
No, you're allowed to do this race. Any penalties or anything like that are handed out afterwards. So this is what now? This is this the chicane at the start? No, this is at the end. Okay.
No, not at the end. It's one before the end.
Oh no, the bridge.
I've just seen
Don't
you
say
call
his
it.
name. Don't say the name.
JHS does go wide and comes right across to you. I think he could have given you a lot more room there from that one that I can see there.
And there was one moment at the last lap where he was very wide.
LBRB. Oh, Icon is back in. Hello, sir. LBRB back. No worries, buddy. But yeah, guys, jump in, get your laps done, and we'll see you at the end. Travincast wants to be a friend. There we go. Make sure, though, if you're new, guys, make sure you hit that sub button. If you're in the stream and you are new. Everyone else here, I think, is pretty much subbed. But, yeah. Get you involved in everything that we do. And, of course, if you want to be involved even further, jump into our Discord that is below in the comments. Spatula running a bit wide there. A little bit rusty around Brands, potentially. Astral, also, same corner, having some issues in what appears to be the same car that he just ran in, but in a different colour. Nice. But yeah, guys, and say any incidents that happen, we'll just look back at it at the end and sort of go from the next races onwards in terms of punishments. We're not going to review it midway through. We'll just come back. We got a little section dedicated at the end for the stewards, so we'll just look at it then. But I look forward to a bit of Brands Hatch racing. It's always tight racing here.
I hate humanity still.
You hate humanity.
Yes.
I feel you on that one.
Not because they always take
but
it
guys,
when
do you
I'm on a
guys
top
feel
stop.
like
My god.
Huh?
everybody's like lagging for me somehow?
I think there may be a few lag problems, yeah. As long as the stream isn't lagging, I'm happy.
The
Icon
stream was
in the
lagging
M6
sometimes.
looking rather
I
nice.
hate all
Aggressive
of you.
defense, but also just going to say a last note. It's only Grappig complaining. Me and Orion had a huge battle, and I don't think he had any problems. So, well, look, we're just going to have a look back at it. Ooh, Icon is in the wall. That's a shame. Sure, he recover it though for his next lap. Still plenty of time, so not to worry. What can Travis do here, or Travin do in the Porsche? I do like it, the complete carbon exposed look with just a little number sticker. It is quite cool.
I'm there, Claras.
Talk about very simple.
Boring.
And then Mr. Bridge in a funky looking M6. And now
Wow.
Troy in a Haribo RCF. A
Wow,
JHS
that's just
13
mad,
in a Citroen, I believe. And what's... Oh, there you are. Lotus Renault F1 inspired. With a bit of Linkin Park put in there as well. Nice.
Let's see if this. I've just been murdered.
You've just been murdered.
Yeah,
Well, that's not good.
no,
As I have been.
wasn't very nice.
As I got a tip.
Just don't get
What?
killed.
Exactly.
I know that big now.
Spatzer 123.5. Hazard with a 125.3.
I got a run on the outside of Gueras, and
I have to
then
take the tape on my steering wheel.
forgot I was like,
The table is falling apart now.
No, the
Not the
tape.
glue.
The tape.
Oh, the tape.
The tape.
Same,
What is
same
taped?
thing.
Did you guys not see me, my steering wheel taped to my desk?
No.
No. I
I
saw you
don't
taking it
remember.
apart.
Well, it's somewhere in reality.
Nice line from Hazard.
Taped to my desk.
Won't be the lap for him currently though. Astral goes with a 124.8. Pan Am though with a 123.8. Whole second exactly ahead of Astral. Don't see that very often. A second to the millisecond. That's interesting. I like seeing
I
stuff
don't
like
know
that.
if it's a mistake though.
Be cool if it was nearly
Could've
dead
used it.
0.3 to spat. That'd be cool.
using 2-1.
I could have easily been like.
How is-
had a mistake.
Oh, there we go.
Beautifully.
Pan Am and Jolvo looking good so far. Second and third.
Never mind.
Oh no. 123.4 from Icon.
I've got one more lap after this. Do not bother.
Woof.
Can't
Big
get a good
slide
lap in.
from Icon.
How is that a penalty?
Bradshaw spun every lap.
I don't know, but it's a penalty, Pan Am. Should serve it now. At least.
Yeah.
Gran Turismo.
You were 2 seconds out anyway, so it's all good. Just reset yourself for a next lap.
It's disgusting. I've got nothing.
Spad beat him again. 23-4-7.
It is a toss-up battle between these two in the timings. 123.407 and 123.451. Very close indeed. Should be a good race between these two.
Back off so much because of a Portuguese guy.
Bro, JHS.
Thank you for jumping out of the way, Hazza.
You're welcome. I was already backing off from Portuguese guy. It was
Brandon, what
low.
happened there?
I had an oversteer.
Ah, yes.
I do think that Brands Hatch should be used more, and so they should definitely bring it into play on the.
People
Should definitely
cannot
bring it
get
into
out of
play
way.
on
It's
the
incredible,
daily
bro.
races more. I remember when they did. Yeah, they do it normally with Group 4 though around Brands Hatch, don't they? For the daily
Yeah,
race.
Indy.
People cannot get out of the way. It's incredible.
The
bro.
Indy group, the Indy Group 4 race versus Sport Group.
There you are, Pan Am. Your wish was granted. I was just watched someone get out of your way.
Yeah, but I'm not on a lap anymore because it got ruined.
I've only
Okay,
driven
yes.
on this for the menu books. Ah, I love Brands Hatch. Astral may have cooked his time there. I don't know. He managed to keep himself back on. Yeah, 125, 134. Unfortunately, half a second down off his best. Look at my design, says Orion.
If it's an animated round, I'm gonna straight line him.
Yeah, it is.
Ben.
Pan Am, I swear.
Okay, you getting straight line. I don't care.
Oh
Give me the
no.
race ban. Give me the race ban. I'm a straight line this bitch.
It's in practice. It doesn't
Doesn't
count.
matter. Yeah, true. I'm a straight
I mean,
line
it
viewer,
does look-
Ryan.
Does look
When
nice.
I see you on track, you're getting straight line.
Is that GR3 happening and the RC's getting DQ'd?
What was I expecting? I have no idea, LBR. No clue, bud. So yes, about 2 minutes now until final lap. So we'll just call it after this one. Ooh, 1:23.314 then for Icon.
Let's go for it.
I always mess up second corner.
I mess up first corner.
I mess up
Yeah,
every-
Paddock is a hard one to master. I will be honest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Paddock is
hate
very hard.
turbulence sometimes.
Imagine not messing up every corner.
For real, bruh.
As long as you're not alongside a brain dead on the
Ooh,
start.
Icon looks to
probably
go
fine.
faster than his time
I
again.
hope Haas is alongside.
Spatula goes for another lap.
Because Haas, if you're alongside.
Ah, I was expecting an anime really. Yeah, he does like the anime ones, Ryan.
What is that?
Stay on board then with Icon. See what he can do with about his lap.
Yeah.
Wide from and Icon's found a barrier as well as a penalty. That's a shame for Icon's lap. He was purple
Bad.
for a section of it. So let's stay on board. Whoa, what are you two? What are you were both on a lap, weren't you?
No, he wasn't.
Oh, okay. No need to shove him out the way like that, was there?
He wasn't getting out of the way.
Okay, well, you're having one more lap anyway after this one. .5 served. There's the time for Icon ticked over. Last lap attempts now then.
P6.
It's going to be a very hectic first couple of corners here, I'd imagine.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's.
Next to Cool, so. Like half thruster.
Icon's using a lot of road there, and he's insane. The track limits on turn 4, I want to say, are incredible. 0.2 up on his best time.
Yo, Astro, that's not
Only saw him
bad.
coming up my inside last second. There we go, Spat. Thank you for the sub, whoever that was. Muchas gracias. On board with Icon then, as he is completing his final laps. Currently 0.3 ahead of his best time of a 1:23.3. So we're going to see if he can dip either into the 122s or at least drop it down to closer to a 1:23 flat. We'll see. Only a handful of corners remain for Icon. He does have a little touch traffic, but nothing too major, I don't think. 0.283 out, so he's not going to be dipping into the 122 territory, but he will be getting a better time than his original. So long as Mr. Bridge does get out of his way in the Peugeot.
Alright.
There we go. 122.9. He does. Fantastic lap. A 122.990 from Icon. That is the benchmark lap that everyone is aiming for on their final laps here. Nicely done, Icon.
Just started my phone.
Spatula in second place. How's his timing looking? He's 0.1 up on his original time. He could potentially pull it back if he's lightning in the next couple of sectors. However, I think it may be that he takes second place for this one. Of course, Spatula won the last round out, which was the first round actually of Watkins Glen. I messed up a lot in a few corners. Well, Icon, if there's time there to take, I'm sure we'll see it again, but for now, that's a phenomenal lap, though, mate. Under 1:23, well done indeed.
No.
Yeah, Spatula won't be doing it on this lap, I don't think, and of course it's the final lap now. So yeah, this will be his best efforts here. 1:23.476, very close to his best lap indeed, but not quite enough to topple
Why
Icon.
are people still
Pan Am
choosing
in
cars?
third. I don't know. Are you done, Pan Am?
Yeah, pretty much. Because people kicking in every time. It's destroying my laps.
Okay, I'm just checking. Hazard is on a much better lap than previous, so he could be moving up the rankings. So let's have a look.
Oh.
Let's see what Hazard can do here. Hazard, and then whoever's behind him are the last cars running. 1:24.2 for Hazard. It puts him fourth place.
Shove him onto the track. Shove him onto the
Who else? Who else had a time recently? Who just crossed across? Was it Troyer that put himself 7th with a 124.8? Anyway, are we all ready to get underway then? Are we all ready to get racing here at Brands Hatch?
Sorry.
I'd like to think so. Are we all ready? Yep.
I just took off. By the way.
Wicked. Right, let's get underway. Best of luck to all the drivers. We shall speak to you all
I just
afterwards.
took off.
For now, let's switch on over. There we go. Optimal 122.8 from Spat, and so that's quick. It's going to be a good race, this one, especially with Icon back in the mix. It's nice to see such a familiar and quick name back amongst the grid. Space in the lobby as Blaze backs out, unfortunately, just as the race starts. So let's turn all of our info on here. In fact, we could probably run with just the race info here, because we know that everyone is on the soft tyres. JHS13 foresees pain. My best is 5 seconds off pole. Well, Brands Hatch isn't for everyone, but plenty more races tonight. There has been a jump at the back there from the Peugeot, but they are away. Icon in the M6 takes off. Spat in 3rd place, now replaced in 2nd by Pan Am, who's had a fantastic start. Round paddock, the whole track goes. Guerras runs a little bit wide. Everyone else running through. Ooh, bit of an incident there. JHS13 has spun in the Alpha. That is a shame. Travincas also spun out in the Porsche, but he's now reset himself. Mr. Bridge in the Peugeot, sorry, of course now running in 12th after having that penalty as well. The cars look so cool, says Mohammed. Yeah, and say there are some really lovely designs on all the cars, and it's nice to see a variety on the grid as well in terms of the cars. But it's a very M6 dominant one, I will say, and the top 3 are all running in the M6. Icon out in first with Pan Am and Spatula battling it out in the Repsol and Rower Oil M6. We've got Spatula now occupying 2nd place after stealing the place back with a lovely move from Pan Am. Pan Am now operating 3rd place with Guerras in the GTR behind him. 4th, Hazard with a 0.5 penalty. Up in 6th, that's going to cost him. That's a shame because he had a fantastic lap at the end to bring him further up the grid. Astral in the RCF, he's lapping nicely, but he has got a bit of a headache behind from Grappig. Deluxe also in the same position with Orion and Troyer in tow from him. Jovel then further back in 11th in the Martini Porsche, and JHS 13 ringing behind in the Alpha. Mr. Bridge in 13th, and then Travincas in the Porsche in 14th. Fair play though at the moment. Icon is nearly 3 seconds out in front. Pan Am has taken the place back from Spatula once again. Big slide from Spat and Guerras, but the pair of them managing to capture it. Hazard, unfortunately, running himself wide there and allowing Astral and Grappig to steal their position, or steal the position off him. Oh, it's a big slide for Grappig. Unfortunately, he just caught a bit too much of the gravel there on the other side of the rumble strips, and he's found himself backwards here and now towards the back of the grid. Oh, unfortunately, he will be the back of the grid unless Orion doesn't pass him. But it is now Guerras actually in 3rd place, having made the move on Spat. We'll have to go back and have a quick look at that and see if we can watch the move be made there. No, I think the move was just completed at the end of that replay, but it's okay. Anyway, Spat's now in 4th with Guerras up into 3rd in the GTR. Pan Am has got nearly 4 seconds now between himself and Icon, so he's going to have to put a lot of work in to be able to catch Icon. Bit of a slide there out of the second to last corner, as did Guerras have one, which allows Spat to take back a place onto the podium and into 3rd. Astral in 4th now, having made the move around to Guerras after that slide. What a shame from Guerras, but I'm sure he's in 5th, so he's got a decent position. Deluxe now making a move around the outside with the momentum on the last bend, as is Hazard approaching rather fast on Guerras as well. So it's unfortunate that Guerras lost a lot of momentum thanks to that slide at the second to last corner, but he seems to have recovered it nice enough now. So it's about a second between Pan Am and Spatula. Fair amount left in this race though for Spatula to put a bit of a drive in and catch up with Pan Am. But if I'm honest, the dominating one here is Icon, who is out in front by 4.5 seconds now, and looking to also take the fastest lap off himself once again. Astral is doing really well here in 4th as well. I think he is a bit of a fan of Brands Hatch, even though of course he's from across the pond. Deluxe in the Citroen. New livery design there for Deluxe on the Citroen. Not one that I've seen him drive before, but he's got Gueras and Hazard. Both very strong competitors here around Brands Hatch, but of course Deluxe, a titan around this circuit himself, is defending the position off nice enough. Hazard and Gueras now tied into a battle for 6th position. Gueras is all over the bumper of that Supra. Oh, bit of a wide run for Deluxe, which allows Hazard to be able to catch back up. It's now a battle for 5th that includes Deluxe, Hazard, Gueras and Jolvo. Jolvo sticking his nose in the Martini Porsche there as well. From 8th, he goes side by side with Gueras around the final bend. They come out on to paddock straight, side by side, as do Hazard and Deluxe out in front for 5th, although Deluxe just shuts the door on Hazard and he slots in behind him as they approach paddock bend once again for the 4th time here today at Brands Hatch. Hazard, though, still just behind on Deluxe. No pressure release for Deluxe at all. He has got a big race up ahead, but Deluxe runs wide out to the hairpin, nearly giving Hazard a chance, but is able to find some grip and pulls himself back ahead. Gueras, in the meanwhile, has still got a lot of hassle as well behind from Jolvo, whilst trying to keep up with Deluxe and Hazard. A lot is going on here in the position from 5th down to 8th. Up ahead, not too much is going on. However, Spatula has found Panam. He's managed to put the drive in. Maybe a little mistake from Panam has come throughout the line. But 7.5 seconds splits Icon and Panam so far, with Spatula now breathing down his neck. It's M6 against M6. Bumper to bumper as we come through the final section now of the Brands Hatch circuit. Panam and Spatula, neither one given an inch, both wobbling their way through that 3rd to last bend, 2nd to last bend now. Both have made it through. Bit of a slide from Astro, but he's also staying competitive. Panam, yeah, Spatula doesn't put a move on him just there. I think we may see a move from these two here into paddock. We'll have to stay on board, though, and watch, of course, and say this is for the 2nd place on the podium, where Spatula originally started, and, of course, he wants to make the move. There it is, Spatula up into 2nd place. Now Panam back into 3rd, where he'll fight and see if he can gain that position back once again. Spatula, though, shuts the door into the hairpin. You're not getting round this time, he says. Big slide from Spat, but he's able to find the grip and keep himself ahead. Panam now dealing with Astral. Deluxe, though, has still got Hazard right behind, and Gueras and Jolvo still battling it out too in the GTR and RSR. A phenomenal battle between these pairings has started to unfold over the last couple of laps. They are staying very, very competitive with each other indeed. Deluxe, though, has been holding 5th for quite a while now, so his defence is really speaking for itself here. Hazard is putting everything he can, throwing everything at Deluxe, but nothing working just as of yet. 2.5 second gap has opened up, though, between 6th and 7th of Hazard and Gueras. Gueras has still got pressure behind from Jolvo from the Martini, although Jolvo looks at the inside, no, backs out there just last minute, doesn't quite have the momentum to go too wide and through that inside corner there, and a 0.5 penalty picking up as well. But one goes above the head of Gueras as well, so it is all even playing field between the pair. Oh, Deluxe, though, Deluxe has run off. That's a shame. Hazard's now up into 5th, though. Hazard, well, again, just making the most of the mistake. Speaking of mistakes, Panam has just made one. He's put himself into 4th. Astral now up into 2nd place, having made a move on Spat, but Spat secures the inside line into paddock bend. On the final lap, it is a wheel-to-wheel battle between Astral and Spatula for 2nd and 3rd place on the podium, and they're 10 seconds out from Icon up in front. Big slide for Spatula once again. Astral and Panam in tow. A fantastic fight between all of the racers here, to be fair, in the top half of the grid, just from what I've seen so far tonight. Again, Brands Hatch providing some quality racing and entertainment for us here today. Astral is doing phenomenally well in the RCF on the back end of Spatula. Potentially a move coming here for either Panam or Spatula. The pressure is on. Spatula has to put in now a defensive and yet perfect lap. Can he do it? Astral looking onto the inside for what is a right-hand turn. No, Spatula little bit later onto the brakes than Astral, managing to keep it. Astral, though, having backed out, has now got Panam closer than he is to Spatula. Oh, 2 wheels onto the grass there for Spat, but it doesn't cost him too much time. Round the little 2nd to last bend, Spatula goes, and he's got near a 2nd gap. Icon, though, he comes across the line in 1st. Congratulations, Icon. Well done, mate. Spatula then, second place, just over a second gap between himself and Astral now. A fantastic drive in the last section to secure second place. Well done. Astral third and Panam closely behind him fourth. But it is Hazza that comes out into fifth position and crosses the line there in fifth. Deluxe in sixth with Jovo close behind in seventh. Gueraz then following in eighth. Not too far behind them is Troyer in the M6. And then JHS 13 in 10th, just coming around the second to last corner now, with Grappig 8.5 seconds out behind in 11th. But yes, well done indeed to Icon Emir RS, who came through into the lobby for the first time in what is quite a while in the Red Dragon lobbies, and put on the show for us here at Brands Hatch. 10 seconds clear is the gap to himself of second place. That, of course, is Fastman Spat. Astral did fantastic there to have a great battle between them all and come third. And then, of course, Panam, who had a little bit of a slip out from third place in the end, chasing Spatula, but he came fourth. So, yes, fastest lap also went to Icon with a 1:22.898, and in race pace, that is phenomenal. 1:23.458 was the best lap there for Spatula, the man in second place, and then a 1:24.258 best lap for Astral. Panam though in fourth, Hazard in fifth, Deluxe sixth, Jolvo seventh, Gueras in eighth, Troyer in ninth, JHS 13 in 10th, Grappig in 11th, Travincas, Mr. Bridge and Orion all disconnecting from 12th to 14th. Right, so let's save that one, but what a fantastic race that was between everyone. What happened there at the end, Panam?
Yeah, Spatula forced me off in the last corner in lap 5 and then did give me the place back. And forced Astral off in turn 1 as well, so...
Forced
and
off in turn 1? Oh. Spatula?
Okay, lap 5, last corner, he forced me off and didn't give me the place back. But Astral went through, and then lap 6, turn 1, he forced Astral off. But Astral didn't lose so much time, so he was still behind him, and then Spatula moved on the braking into the hairpin. A few times, also against me.
Gueras has sent me a clip regarding Spatula.
Fucking hell, it's warm in here.
Also, yeah, Spatula pushed
So let's see here.
Gueras off as well.
So Gueras just gets ahead there. I mean, took me out in the last corner at the end of the... Okay, let's have a look here.
Distance.
He's close there, backs out. The others were hard racing from Spatula. He said this one he knows was dirty. So we'll just come back and have a look. Not to worry, guys. We'll carry on racing for now. Yeah, shove up the inside from Spat as he gets his elbows out coming through. But luckily, Gueras is able to recover it nice enough and doesn't lose too much time. But yeah, fair enough.
Let's go.
Fair enough, guys. Anyway, Icon, well done for winning, bud. Where would you like to race next?
10 second penalty just so I can beat him.
Post race, 5 seconds penalty for Spat.
Suzuka.
Ladies, I need to
W.
go.
Bye.
Bye.
Back rapid.
So Suzuka is the call from Icon.
Yay.
Let's do 5 laps here because it is that slight longer. Make it rain in Suzuka.
Watkins is long as well, bro.
That's not that long.
Rain would be great.
I mean, I'll leave that up to the chat. Shall we put a poll in?
No, please, no rain.
I mean, it does always rain in Japan, we know that. Just simple poll up, yes or no for the rain, fellas. Let us know.
No, absolutely not.
Could have it rain for half, and then you guys have to pit, and it's up to you guys when you
No.
pit. And we'll change it back up to
No.
6 laps. It's looking like a 50-50 so far. LBR doesn't really care, that's fair enough. Julian's calling everyone scaredy cats for saying no rain.
No, rain is just bad.
I mean, I'm not racing, so rain doesn't bother me in the slightest. It's looking like it's gonna be.
Kian is in
It's
Okay.
You can't
Kian.
leave anyway.
Fact. Very valid.
I keep-
What is a good car for Suzuka?
I'm driving the Lambo. Oh.
okay.
Art. Abs is on the
Oh,
Discord
there we are.
joined
There's
already.
Lamar Hatton
Absolute.
joining as well. Yeah, do half-half, says Deluxe.
No.
A full dry or full wet? That's it.
I love my stars on Brand's Edge.
Icon sent me. Ah, you're one of Icon's buddies. Well, welcome in.
Oh.
Welcome in. Half and half is the call then. I mean, it's looking like a 71% of the stream
it's just-
want to.
Just a half-half, bro. Just a
17
half-half.
votes.
Yeah, do half-half, but Red first.
Okay then, rain it is. Well, we want it to start in the rain and then dry out. Is that what we're saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Weather at the start.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll
Very
stick
good.
more laps in to allow the pit change. Thick cloud with rain to begin with, and then it'll brighten up and it'll be lovely and sunny at the end of the race. We'll put maybe 7 laps here.
Joe, ich fahr durch. ich
7
sag's
laps. Yeah, maybe. Yes, no.
ehrlich. Ich fahr durch.
7 laps sounds good. Okay, afternoon 5 times rain. Yeah, we'll just do cloudy and then sunny. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, okay, let's go. Change it over. Right, now we shall start off with the practice qualifying, guys. So make sure that you jump into track in your car, get underway, get a qualifying time set, and let's get underway. Yeah, we'll do 7 laps to Suzuka. Slightly a longer one, but because it's rain and the chat wants rain, so let's give everyone rain. It'd be nice to commentate on a rain race as well, because I don't think I've done that yet.
No.
Oh, no, yes, I have. Yes, I have.
One maybe.
Once, yeah, once or twice. But everyone so far, apart from a few, are on the intermediates. Wets so far for... Who? Let's have a look. Who's on the wets? No one. I think everyone out on track, at least, is on the intermediates. And looking at Astral, who is the front runner out so far from the pack, it is Slidey out there. We did Suzuka in the rain. Yes, that's right, we did, didn't we? In the F1, in the Super Formula Championship.
Those cars actually have grip.
Yeah, in the wet. These cars do not.
Yeah.
First podium was here. Well, we could be seeing something magical from JHS 13 then this race.
If we do, I'm gonna retire.
Guys, or those of you that haven't actually come out and set any sort of laps yet, it may actually be worth waiting it out. Of course, the lobby settings do apply to the practice as well. It won't just stay raining the entire time. So
It's not even raining.
it's not even raining.
No.
Yeah, it's just wet.
Well, there we go. Yeah, and so you may as well wait it out a little bit and wait for the track to dry. I'm sure those faster races will get out and set a decent lap regardless. But yeah, the track won't be completely dry within the next 8 minutes, but it'll certainly get down to a much more dealable level if you are struggling a little bit with the rain. Hello, Grant. How are we?
Always start directly.
So Grant,
Can we just
I think Grant in the
start,
chat. Grant came
everyone
from what I believe was something to do with the drifting lobby. I want to say. In which case, welcome in. Lamar Hatton in the UPS Ferrari. Yeah. Ah, there we go. Thought it was, bud.
Now raining.
How are we doing? Is it now raining?
Yeah, a bit.
Unlucky. What's the best Group 3 or 4 car in your opinion? That's the thing with the Group 3 cars, especially under BOP. It is all down to opinion. My vote's always going to go to the M6, either the Sprint or the Endurance. Endurance just gives you that slight bit better fuel management. Does tend to be a little bit more snappy, I find, than the Sprint. But again, it's also just personal opinion. Another great Group 3 car at the moment, I'd say the RCF for sure. The RCF, maybe the 911 RSR, but the RSR has always been a great car. Group 4. Group 4 is a bit of a trickier one because not many of us run Group 4.
Alpha.
However,
Alfa Romeo.
Alfa Romeo.
Alfa Romeo in Group 4, is that the 155 you're on about now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. The Alfa Romeo 155 is a pretty dominant Group 4 car. Other than that, big bit of a smash there between Guerras and Icon, but of course it's due to the wet. Guerras is backwards. But yeah, I actually find the Scirocco in the Group 4, especially on a lot of the twisting tracks, the Scirocco tends to be quite a powerful car. Especially around Bathurst, for example, in the Group 4 setting. It's a very, very popular track or car choice indeed. You'll always see at least one or two in the lobby when you're doing a sport or a daily race.
Guerras, why are you standing in the middle of 130R? That's not where you slow down.
Scirocco. Oh no, not Scirocco. It's. I'll spell it for you, but I'll spell it for you. Hang on. It's Volkswagen.
SCIRROCO.
No.
There we go.
SCIROCCO.
SCIROCCO. Yeah. There we go. Volkswagen Scirocco. It's a Group 4 car. Sorry for the bump, Carlos. Pan Am slip, literally drifting. Didn't plan out well, but he was literally drifting his Hurricane round that bend, then round first turn.
I tried to drift it, but it didn't work.
A 2:07.937 is the fastest line from Pan Am, though. And yeah, I believe the rain's now started or stopped again now, isn't it?
Oh my god.
Are you attempting to drift the course? Is it going to be dry by the end of the race? Yes, by the end of the race it'll be dry. The settings are thick cloud with rain to begin with, then just cloudy, and then sunshine and rainbows and all that jazz at the end. Of course, over 7 laps, you'll probably be pitting towards the end, but it'll be interesting to see the strategies of when people come in and how they do. Pan Am with a lovely send there, actually, in the Hurricane, I must say. He's just doing it on purpose now for the showboating, I think.
Of course.
We'll have a full drift lap, is it? But yes, long story short, Carlos, it will be dry by the end of the race. It'll just be a changeover for you guys. So if you haven't already, make sure that you've got intermediates, and if anything, you've got them on the car, ready to go. I don't think, well, yeah, Guerras is out in racing soft, as is JHS 13. Both very brave men, if you ask me. Troyer, Deluxe, everyone's on the intermediates and no one's on the full wets. I did see 1 or 2 people come out on the full wets to begin with, but I think everyone's sort of changed their mind and gone over to the intermediates. Oh, G Marinos. What do I recognise? Is that you?
I think he's a world finalist. He was one of the people.
Is that the real G Marinos?
I don't think so.
Are you sure? He's an A+. Furious Knights, 16 years old, sim racer, number 77.
Yeah, I think that might be him.
I'll give him a follow anyway, because he is A+. He's got the super license. Does it tell you anywhere if he's... Sports. He's raced in 343 races and he's won 161 of them with 169 pole positions. That's a pretty good good rate or mix there. Yeah, I don't know how you check that if this guy is the actual G Marinos, in which case that is class. He certainly looks the part. He's a... Oh, hang on. Manufacturer affiliation contract, Lexus.
That might be.
Does that mean that he's signed to Lexus?
And that's a manufacturer's cup.
Manufacturer's cup, yeah.
Sick! So have we got a genuine World Series driver in the lobby?
Yeah.
Mad! Well,
Yeah, we're cooked.
welcome in, sir.
We are cooked.
Can we start?
Anyone can sign to Lexus. Alright, okay. I don't know, he's A plus S. Like, the signs are pointing that he is, but I just don't know. Should we have a look at his car?
I'm not something to this.
It is now a drier track by the looks of things for you guys that want to go out and have a look.
How long till start?
About a minute or so. What does signing do? I'm relatively new and kind of mediocre to the game. I think it's to do with the Manufacturer Cup as part of the Gran Turismo Sport setting, Grant. You can go on there and obviously whichever manufacturer that you sign up to, I think that's the one that comes up. But yeah, that's interesting if G Marinos is the G Marinos, you know, if that is the real one. Sliced, you're normally good at these type of things. Can you confirm or deny this? I'm not too sure if there's anything else that helps here. I don't know. He's just just got a lot of good stats, to be honest. He's done 100% of the world circuits. He's
that's
clocked
funny
up
because I hate him.
1,600 hours. Is that 1,600 hours or is that days? Yeah, he is my mate. He is real, says SAS. Had a feeling, like we just from looking at it. But yeah, that's incredible. We got a World Series driver in with us. Well, best of luck, everyone. But I think I know who's going to win the next one.
No, I think I know who's gonna win the next 8 races we go in.
Right.
Get ready for Grease.
So, yeah, let's see if everyone's ready.
No, I'm gonna finish
Hopefully, I mean, well, yeah, we've got one space in the lobby for someone who, if they do want to join in and say you got to be quick. But yeah, we'll be getting underway soon. If not, we'll just run it under 4 cars. Yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 A+ drivers, 3 A drivers, and then everyone else is B. So it's definitely fair to say that the I guess the caliber of races in the lobby has just done nothing but step up over time. And yeah, we're now at the point where we've got some seriously quick races that come every Tuesday. So yeah, just a quick one, I guess. But I'm glad to host for you all, guys. I'm glad to have you all in. I'm glad to comment. It's a pleasure to commentate on your racing, guys. But yeah, I'm going to switch on over to the stream chat. Astral's purple, so we'll wait for him to finish his lap. But best of luck in the race, though, guys. We'll catch you all in the lobby afterwards. Let's have a look if Astral... sorry, we're going to run and have fun during the stream, though. Best of luck. No worries, Grant. We'll catch you in another one, bud. Where is Astral? There's Astral. Now on the softs. Oh, I need to wipe my eyes. Let me turn this off. There we go. The Hurricane and stuff is so OP in the wet. The M6 is so bad. Well, that's a shame. Remember though, guys, before we get into it, make sure we smash the like button on the stream if we haven't done so already. I have no idea how many likes are on it, but let's run it up and see, as always, if we can smash a record tonight. Always after a record hunting, stream, every stream. I haven't got a chance to put a lap into the dry, so we'll start at the back. Fair enough, no worries. I'll say it's still 7 laps around Suzuka, so there is still a lot to play for. It's not all about the qualifying, but a faster lap will certainly help you. Astral there goes fastest with a 2:03. Right, okay. So long as everyone is ready, let's get ourselves underway then for 7 laps here in the rain to begin with at Suzuka. Something new to the sprint lobbies. Normally it is all just dry, fun, sunshine and rainbows, but no. You guys yourselves voted it shall be rain for this race. We'll stick it all on, especially with the pit stops coming up. But Astronaut in front, Icon in second, Gueras third, Spat fourth, Lamar Hattam in fifth, Panam in sixth, Kian in seventh, Troyer eighth, Deluxe ninth, Jolvo 10th, JHS 13 11th, ARPS 12th, Blaze 13th, and then G Marinos at the back in 14th. It's lights out and away they go. Astro and Icon both away first. Spatula away in third, but he's got Lamar and Panam both hunting either side of him. They go 3 wide in the wet into turn 1. That is a brave move indeed. The whole grid moving through the first sector and into the S's as a team. G Marinos in the Huracan has already moved himself up from the back in 14th up to 11th. He's got himself around Blaze, Troyer and Gueras. Gueras finds himself down in 14th after what I can only assume is a bit of an incident. So Icon is out in front, Astro in second place in the RCF with Spatula chasing in third. Panam in the Huracan in 4th, and then Kian backwards. He's just spun out. What happened there? Was it foul play or was it just a case of wet tyres? Let's have a quick look. That doesn't show us anything. What use is that? Anyway, Kian now in 14th. He resets himself and comes back and hopefully he can have a nice drive now and say a decent pit stop strategy, and he should be golden. Icon though is still out in first, 1.5 seconds out. Panam in second place with ARPS now in third. Spatula in 4th, Deluxe in 5th, and G Marinos. A 3-second penalty unfortunately picked up. Might have been for a little bit of a punch somewhere along the line, but he's now in 6th. Lamar Hattam in 7th, Jolvo in 8th, Astral in 9th. JHS 13 in 10th, Blaze in 11th, Gueras in 12th, Troyer in 13th, and Kian now just behind him in 14th. A second and a half though, gap between Icon in first and Panam in second. Just about a second gap then behind to ARPS. We'll stay on board then with ARPS as he battles out with Spat and Deluxe. All 3 British drivers here around Japan in the wet, battling out for 3rd position. Spatula takes 3rd position off ARPS using the inside, but then goes wide. ARPS takes it back with a lovely launch out of that corner. They go 2 wide through the chicane. Spatula out in front, just tucks himself ahead. Little back out from ARPS, nearly cost him the position with Deluxe. Deluxe just pushes himself wide, but slots in behind into 6th. Astral there jumps himself up in between them all and into 5th. Jolvo looking to do the same. He goes 2 wide with Deluxe and just about puts that Porsche out in front. JHS 13 also stealing the slipstream off of Jolvo, looking to make the same move. Doesn't happen. Deluxe tries to cut off JHS 13. Jolvo and Deluxe both thrown wide, and it's JHS 13 sneaks himself up behind Astral, his American buddy there, up into 6th. ARPS now chasing Spatula again for 3rd place, and second and a half in front of that is Panam in the Huracan. So let's have a look through. Deluxe in 8th place now, in front of G Marinos, both of course in the Huracan, and both looking rather competitive indeed. Marinos is putting a lot of pressure now onto Deluxe. Hopefully Deluxe can defend it off and keep the very fast driver indeed, of course, World Series driver behind him. Blaze in the Porsche. He's struggling to keep up with the pace of Deluxe and Marinos, and of course, if something happens on a switch around there, he will be then chasing Deluxe. Further up the pack then, how's everyone looking? Astral's made his way around ARPS and up into 4th place. ARPS now into 5th and chasing down Astral. Kian's just backed out, so there's a couple of spaces in the lobby, guys, I think, if anyone fancies them. Icon is within a second now on Panam. Panam with a fantastic drive in that Huracan to catch up to Icon in the M6, but as Spat said, the Huracan and the RCF are both very, very good cars in the wet. The M6 is really not the strongest car in the wet, but anyway, Icon seems to make it look like it is. Panam though, he's 0.8 out, very close indeed. Just the Huracan. Enjoy the stream. I can't be arsed racing with these lot. All right, mate, whatever. Panam round the chicane. through. Icon has put about a second and a half between themselves now. Nope, Pan Am choose that time back out. It's Pan Am still in second place, chasing Icon about a second out, and then Spatula 2.5 seconds out behind Pan Am. I believe the rain has now stopped on lap 3, and the track's now starting to dry out, so we could now start seeing some pit stops. It's probably going to be a pit, maybe 5th or 6th lap, I'd say. I can actually see the rain still coming down in section 1, so never mind about that. We could actually be having a full wet race here, regardless of the settings that I tried to set up for it. I do apologise, guys. But Astral in 4th. Of course, he was closer up the pack. He was on top of the podium, but a little incident's dropped him back further down. JHS 13 now, though. He's leading a little pack down to, well, in the form of 5th to 7th. JHS 13, ARPS, and then Jolvo all tied into a battle. ARPS putting a little bit of pressure onto the Subaru of JHS 13. Wonder if he can hold it out, though, and say, of course, Suzuka is one of JHS 13's favourite tracks, and the wets are definitely one of his favourite conditions. He's more of an open wheel racer as opposed to the Group 3 racing, but I think he has started to come round to it. We're seeing him in the lobbies a lot more, and he is improving a lot. Don't get me wrong, though, there is a few issues with JHS 13's driving. There's a few on occasions where we've had to look back at a few incidents, but it's just a bit of aggressive racing, getting the elbows out and getting the move done. Speaking of moves being done, Jovo looks up the inside of ARPS, looks to go too wide into the spoon. The position changing hands like it's a hot item being thrown between the pair. Jolvo, though, on the second half of the spoon, running out wide. ARPS taking the inside line and goes 6th, or well, goes up into 6th. Jolvo, though, finds a bit of traction, decent exit, and he's now out in front in 6th as we head to the fast left turn before the chicane. D-Lock's also now joining this battle from 8th. To put a bit of pressure onto both drivers, looking to take a position in the Hurricane. He makes his way around ARPS. Well, and now he's all over the place. I don't know where he is. No, he doesn't make his way around ARPS. Oh, the lag is real on this one. I don't know where D-Lox is. I think it's best that we look somewhere else on the grid for a second. But Icon Amir, sorry, he's still out in front. Pan Am is closing the gap slowly but surely. Every single lap he's just chunking that little bit more time out. 0.8 is the gap currently between first and second place. Spatula nearly 3 seconds out in third, but he's got a 3-second gap behind to Astral in the RCF. Second and a half back then is JHS 13, and then back to ARPS in 6th place now, on board with the battle with Jolvo. D-Lox, of course, he has backed out of this battle now, and it's now Lamar Hatton in the Ferrari that looks to take the rear point in this battle and get involved. D-Lux there just lagging about in the background, unfortunately, and then Blaze running up in 10th. Guaras then also in the Supra, just coming around the final bend now to enter lap 4. Still 0.8 then, the gap between here. I think we'll stay on board just with these for a second. There could be something going on between 6th and 7th, but we'll just come back down to it as and when we need to. With the track now drying out, though, I'm sure pit stops are going to be coming across the minds of the racers and who is going to jump in there first. Of course, there is still a bit of dampness on the track. Racing softs will not be completely faster here, but I'm sure it's only going to be a matter of time until that is the case. Icon and Pan Am now half a second between the pair heading into double spoon. It's going to have to be a little bit of defence now for the first time for Icon. Normally he has just disappeared off in the lobbies, but no, Pan Am is making him work for it now tonight in that Hurricane. Pan Am having a very wide exit indeed up that little straight towards the fast left-hander, but he's done nice enough. Icon, yeah, still half a second out in front, and Icon is also on a much faster lap than his previous fast time of 2:06.7, or 2:06.6, sorry. And of course that lap time is going to come down as well with the track now drying. Spatula, 3.5 seconds is the gap between himself and second place now. Pan Am and Icon both really putting the pace down now. Lots of pressure being applied from Pan Am. Not quite fastest for Pan Am just yet. Icon still holding fastest, 2:04.73. JHS 13 and Lamar is in the pits. Jolvo also. Did I just Jay Vinicius? Is that another World Series driver that's jumped? It's not, is it? Astro, you're gonna have to let me know in the chat quickly, bud. Well, saying that, no, you're in 4th. I wouldn't expect you to just yet. But yeah, Astral and Spatula tied in their own little battle, just 6.5 seconds out from Icon and Panam, who were just under a second. Between each other. However, that gap has now opened right back up. Oh, I've just noticed what's it called? Marinos has left. Marinos has left. That's a shame. But Icon ER or MARS, he's out in front. Again, looking to beat his fastest time as he approaches the hairpin. Panam 1.5 seconds behind, but 6.5 seconds out from Spatula, who has got trouble from Astro behind, now 0.4 out as they approach the hairpin. On lap 5, both of these, of course, still on the intermediates, as are Icon and Panam. ARPS also on the intermediates, as is Deluxe and Blaze. JHS13, though, the first one of the runners that has pitted, he is on the mediums. Oh, Vinicius has left now, never mind, it's all good. Well, we were screwed for a second, but no longer, luckily. ARPS then has got a bit of trouble there from behind from Deluxe in the Hurricane. Hopefully it stays nice and clean between the pair, but ARPS is holding the position out nice enough for now. Deluxe thinking of an attack around. Of course, these two also still on the intermediates, looking to pit soon, I'd imagine, as the dampness on that track dries out. Yeah, looking on the racing line now from Icon, it is dipping well below the moisture levels there on the left-hand side, as we see down by the tyres. So definitely going to be thinking of pitting now. Potentially could even run to the end on this tyre though and save that time. Of course, pit stops are not mandatory here. It's just if you feel that you need to swap for the faster tyre. Who has done so? JHS 13. Who has run off, but Lamar has run up. But Lamar is on the racing soft as well, so that's good to see Lamar doing. Yeah, he's the first runner from the pit stoppers. He's running in 8th. Icon, though, still a second out in front from Panam. Both on a relatively dry track now on the intermediates, but of course tyre wear isn't on, so we're not noticing anything changing between them. Panam's just still working hard to try and put himself competitive with Icon, especially with less than 2 laps left now before the finish. Panam definitely wants to see if he can challenge Icon for the gold. Icon, of course, won last race out and chose Suzuka here, but then it was the chat poll that decided on the rain. It's just apologies to those that maybe didn't get the full experience from the wet, or it didn't really work, but it was definitely worth trying. But yes, Icon flying ahead a second out in front from Panam. Not the dominant run that we saw around Brands Hatch, but a phenomenal run from both drivers indeed, considering there's then 8 seconds back to Spatula in 3rd place. 0.5 penalty above his head, of course, which may see him drop behind Astral as he creeps across the penalty line. We'll stay on board to see if he can hold the position into the fast left-hander. Oh no, there's a big slide from Spat onto the grass, which gives Astral the position anyway with the momentum out of Double Spoon. That puts Astral up into 3rd, and Spatula slowing down and dropping back out of that battle due to that penalty. Now just a second or so behind Astral, chasing from 4th. 2.5 gap now between Icon and Panam in 1st and 2nd place. And as we enter now the final lap with Icon, as he goes fastest once again with the 2:04.261. I think it is fair to say that it is Icon's race so far to lose, so long as, of course, no mistakes come from him. But a 2.5 gap between him and Panam. Nearly 10 seconds out now to 3rd place of Astral, with Spatula a 2.5 out as he fights now with this last lap to try and put himself back onto the podium. Of course, dropping back out due to that little mistake there just by the Kian just came to the lobby to ruin my race. Oh mate, I don't know what Kian did, but he span out, didn't like it and quit, which is nothing unusual for Kian, if I'm honest, in the racing. So Deluxe in 5th, and he's got a bit of a gap behind him to ARPS, and then a gap further back then to Blaze. Blaze running 5 seconds in front of Lamar Hattam. JHS 13, Jolvo and Guerras then all running behind. But Icon running a slight touch wide there, just under that Bridgestone bridge, just before this hairpin. Hasn't affected him too much still. Just under a second now is the gap between himself and Panam. Pan Am fighting, giving everything now, just about half a second, and the pressure is finally on for Icon. He's no longer just running in a one-car race. He's got Pan Am to think about now in the rear view as well. As we head through Double Spoon, this is where we saw Spat have the incident last lap, which cost him the place to Astral. Of course, no penalties above either one of these drivers' heads. Icon taking it nice and easy, doesn't want to give too much out. Pan Am, on the other hand, slipping and sliding that Hurricane around in as fast of a run as he can to catch Icon into this fast left-hander, and the chicane is his only opportunity to do it. He's got the slipstream, he's got the fast right-hander to go. Decent exit from this, and it could see him very competitive indeed. I don't know. Icon's had a fantastic run there, out of that corner and into the chicane. 0.8 is the gap now into this final chicane between first and second place. But no, it has been led by Icon from the beginning in that M6. He has dominated on the intermediate tyres during the wet and comes across the line in first. Pan Am in second place. Spatula, though, has managed to find his way around Astral in the end of the lap and has put himself... Oh no, he's just given the position back, so it must have been an incident between the pair. But Astral comes across in third with Spatula in fourth. Deluxe then, he approaches the line now in fifth. And then ARPS, really not far behind at all in the McLaren, comes across the line in sixth. Blaze just having a bit of an incident with Lamar Hatton, but Lamar Hatton, the gentleman racer there, just waiting for Blaze to get himself back on track. Fantastic racing from you two indeed, well done. As Jolvo and JHS13 just pass on through for 7th and 8th position. But thank you so much for the gentleman racing between Blaze and Lamar Hatton in 9th and then 10th. The final runners here in the race here at Suzuka. So that was 7 laps with a little bit of rain to begin with. Well done, of course, to Icon, who took the race from the get-go. So, no, a fantastic run there indeed, guys. Well done for everyone who raced there. Let me jump myself back on over to General, where I'm joined with Jolvo, Pan Am, and Astral. That's all we've got in here for now. But how was that race for you guys there? Astral, you had a phenomenal little battle there with Spat for a lot of it, but, of course, you gave the position back at the end. Was there anything untoward happening there, or is it all good?
It's all good. You just sent it too hard. It's all good.
Well, that's fair enough. With tensions on the line at the end of the race, you got to fight for the position, so I can understand that. But no, fair play, guys. Fantastic run indeed. Icon, of course, having won that race again, second race or race win in a row for you. Where would you like to race to next? Rain was kind of scary, though, in the M6. Yeah, those M6s don't deal well with the rain at all, I'd say. We have lost a sub. That is a shame. So we cannot, for the life of us, get to 550, can we? We are sort of teetering around 550. We're getting there, then losing it, then getting there and losing it, and it's like, sucks. Nürburgring maybe from Icon. That's a shout that I'm sure that the group will enjoy.
Oh, yeah.
So, Gueras now on board. He's switching with Kian. Goes around Kian. That's completely fair. I wouldn't see any issue with that, Gueras.
No, JHS, we're not doing Nürburgring in the wet. I'm going to straight line you.
What happened here?
If I get the chance. You're mostly behind me.
He straight lined him.
Yeah, Kian ruined his race. Yeah, Kian ruined his race. Yeah. Okay, so it's Nürburgring. That's fine, but Icon, what would we like to do? And yeah, it'll be dry this one. We'd like to do the Nordschleife, 24-hour, or the endurance layout. What would you like?
I've never done endurance before.
We can do the Nordschleife. Nordschleife sounds good.
24.
We'll
24.
do 2 laps of it.
24. No.
No, he's picked Nordschleife, but it's Icon's race. He won.
I only Nordschleife.
We'll do it in the dry this time, and yeah, there's not really going to be much chance to get a qualifying time in. So just once you jump into your car, and just let me know when you're ready, guys.
I'm doing Duolingo way. I'm using myself way.
I'll say who's on Duolingo while we're racing? Who is that?
Italian.
Why do I have the feeling I get kicked out of the lobby whenever I start again?
I don't say that. Please.
He will.
It was taking a long time for me to load in. Please.
But yes, fellas, jump into your cars and get the track, and then we'll just get it underway once everyone's
on
ready.
mediums. What?
Because there's not really any point in getting a qualifying lap time out here. By the time that you do an outlap and another lap, might as well just done the race anyway. So we'll just get that underway once everyone's ready. But yes, guys, if you haven't already, smash the like button on the stream for us. We always aim for a record here. I don't know how many likes we're on currently. Last time I checked, it was about 15, 16, so hopefully it's a little bit more than that now. And of course, if you haven't already, guys, make sure to smash that sub button as well to get involved with everything we do. And if you want to be involved totally, then jump into the Discord, which is pinned in top of the chat. 20 likes. Thank you, JHS13. Thank you, guys. 20 likes on the stream. Smashing it so far. We've got a little bit left of racing now. We've probably got another race after this one. And then we'll maybe calling it for an hour then of steward reviews. Because, and this will be the first time showing everyone this, but of course we've got our scoreboard screen here, which isn't in use tonight, so don't worry about it. No scoreboards tonight. But eyes later on to go back and review some of the clips and some of the incidents that have happened from the evening. Uh-oh, mic cut off. Did it? This is news to me.
Yeah.
Don't forget to...
There is an space in an lobby, if anyone would like it.
Yeah, I'm at team. Joe, don't forget Duolingo.
Don't forget Duolingo. Yeah, Duolingo's important.
Yeah, nah, he already destroyed the friend.
I do that again.
Streak.
Friend streak, the streak, yeah.
Ooh,
Streak.
is that Colombia? No. Jolvo? Deku G?
What?
That is Colombia.
That's Colombia.
It is Colombia.
Yes,
Oh,
that's
there we go.
Colombia.
Welcome the
I know
Colombian
that
driver.
well, bruh.
Welcome in. Stream has... Oh, it hasn't ended. I do this every single time. Live spectator commentary. YouTube RDR1228. Thank you, everyone. There we go. What's your opinion on new BOP? It's a shame because obviously the lap times that we saw previously, we'll never see those lap times again, you know, because obviously all the cars have dropped power. They are more balanced, and I think, unfortunately, the only way to get them all so balanced as what we're seeing now is by dropping so much brake horsepower from each one. On the other side of things, though, it's like, why realistically are we looking to make in-game cars safer? Like, they're in-game. They can't really hurt us, so it doesn't really matter if they got a little bit more power, but I guess some people don't start yet. I'm coming on. There's no space in the lobby button, unfortunately. Casper, they're just shutting the windows after we were listening to the thunderstorm earlier. But yeah, anyway, is everyone ready?
Yeah.
Sure.
I already
Oi.
put it in the chat.
But yeah, Lamar, what about you? What do you think on the BOP, bud? They hurt me emotionally when I qualified P20 in the slowest GT3 car. Well, it'd be P15 technically. But I do see your point.
Why do we have your mom 1302 in the lobby, bro?
I have no idea. Who is your mum 1302? Is that number 13?
The German.
Yeah, I thought so. That'd be why the nickname's removed. But then Mr. Bridges' nickname wasn't removed, and that was rather worse, if you'd ask me.
Their
Yeah,
nickname was
I
removed?
was wondering how was this nickname not removed?
Yeah, it was a lot worse, if you ask me. Right, anyway, should we get underway then, fellas?
No.
Yeah, let's do it.
We have
Let's start out.
Grelos, yo.
Let's start.
Yo, you cannot go to Grelo.
Remember though, guys, before we get underway, if you haven't already, make sure you smash that subscribe button and the like button on the stream. We've just ticked over 20 likes, so any more than that, of course, guys, we would love you all for it. 22 likes, yes, thank you, guys. You guys are the best. But yes, guys, if you haven't done so already, smash that sub button. 2 away from 550 subs. It'd be class if we could hit it tonight. It's not the last race just yet. We're going to have one more race after this, then the stewards.
Wait, let me change that. Wait.
Yeah, but let's get underway. I'm just going to move myself over on Discord.
Wait.
It's on 18 likes for me now. Well, that's a shame. Someone's unliked. Fuming. Anyway, now it's back to 20. Fantastic. Right, I'm going to switch myself on over to stream chat. Best of luck, everyone, for the race. Hello, Zach. Nice to see you eventually. We knew you'd be late.
Thanks.
We'll catch you afterwards. Zach, if you want to come over to the commentator, mate, just let me know.
I can't even get in the lobby. It's just not part.
So that's why I'm asking, would you like to come over to the commentating? But then again, if you're on the PlayStation, you can't really see my screen, so...
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a shame to see the slower lap times, but just like the cars, or I just like the cars to be as close to the real thing. I don't think this will help. No, I agree.
Why?
Can you put tyre wear? Not on the sprints. We'll do tyre wear next week, Carlos.
I'm 90% sure someone's gonna leave.
Anyway, switch myself on over, so it's just us now. But yes, best of luck, everyone, for the race. Let's get ourselves underway. We'll do tyre wear, though, next time out. I do love endurance, too, says Icon. Yeah, I want to say we got some endurance planned and some endurance coming up. So, guys, make sure you stay in tune for that. And, of course, jump into our Discord to find out all about it. But best of luck to all of the racers around Nürburgring Nordschleife for 2 laps here, of course, after Icon, the previous race winner, ×2. A 2-time race-winning champion who's come into the lobby so far. We haven't seen Icon for many months, nearly years actually now on the Red Dragon channel. He was one of the originals, so it's good to see him back. But Spatula forgot to enter, which is incredible. Well done. Lights are out and away they go. Icon with a bit of a slower launch, but Pan Am gets away. What I also find on the Nordschleife is pole position does always have an incredible lead heading into turn 1. They're a second and a half already between Icon and Pan Am. Pan Am's going to have to do a lot of work here to fight that back. Astral in 3rd, Deluxe in 4th, Jolvo in 5th, ARPS in 6th, Lamar in 7th, Gueraz in 8th, and AK in 9th. JHS 13 behind in the Marlboro McLaren in 10th, and 11th goes to Blaze. Deku G in 12th, Dine Munter in 13th, and Amasil in 14th. In what appears to be Gold Rexy. Blaze has had an incident in the Porsche, but he gets himself back running. Icon out in front by nearly 3 seconds now from Pan Am. Pan Am in second place has got Astral very close behind in the RCF. Just about 0.2 between the pair. Nearly bumper to bumper between them as they head through a very fast section at the start of the Nordschleife. We've got Deluxe behind with a little tussle with Jolvo in what appears to be, is that a Falcon 911 RSR? Anyway, Jolvo in 5th with ARPS in the McLaren running very close behind in 6th. Actually, now he's dropped to 7th. Gueraz steals the position in the Supra. Up into 6th goes Gueraz. Lamar at the back in his Porsche. He's just hanging it on there. JHS, he's creeping behind in 9th. Deku's now up into 10th. AK is 11th. Diamante at 12th. Amasil 13th. He's very close indeed at the back of the pack. Blaze also just fighting now to catch up, so hopefully Blaze can have a bit of a recovery drive. Icon, no, he's 3.5 seconds out in front of Pan Am. Of course, Pan Am having to turn all of his focus, I couldn't think of the word, there we go, all of his focus on defending off Astral. However, he didn't have enough. Astral's found a way round. Astral now occupying second place and chasing Icon down for first. Of course, 4.5 seconds out in the M6. He doesn't look bothered by this in the slightest. I think another dominating run coming up for Icon. Pan Am, though, in 3rd. He's chasing with Deluxe closely behind, just under a second in 4th. And then 3.5 seconds out from him is 5th position in the form of ARPS with Jolvo in the Falcon 911 RSR stealing the position and going 5th. 5th all the way down to 8th here, battling it out in the form of Gueraz. Technically, you could even say it's all the way down to 9th with Deku G in 9th. And AK then in 10th, battling or not too far out as well. However, these fellas in the mid-pack are where the attention is right now. We've got Jolvo leading this little train from 5th. ARPS in 6th, JHS 13 in 7th, Gueraz in 8th, and Deku in 9th. Deluxe, or not Deluxe, sorry, AK not too far behind in the Z4 in 10th, and then Armour still ringing at the rear in that gorgeous Rexy-inspired livery. Lamar Hattam in 12th, Dine Munter in 13th, and Blaze in 14th. Icon 5 seconds out now from Astral in second place, but of course Astral has got Pan Am not too far behind, about 0.8 out, and Pan Am here on his home turf definitely looking to put on a show. Deluxe in 4th, he's doing really well in his RCF, and then back on board then with the mid-pack battle led now by ARPS in 5th, Gueraz in 6th, and Jolvo in 7th. JHS 13 in 8th, Deku in 9th, and AK in 10th. A fantastic battle from 10th all the way up to 5th that can be seen really close here. And so it's going to be an interesting run now in the next Next couple of sections, ARPS goes off. Gueras and Jovo take over the space. ARPS just filters himself back in, recovers it nice enough to not lose too much time, but drops in behind Jovo in the Falcon RSR. Gueras now leads this pack from 5th, heading into the carousel. Who's going to jump on the inside? Is someone going to try and play the outside? Gueras, a little late entrance onto the carousel, but it's in order to get his line in the exit to beat Jovo to that inside line, which he does. Jovo now having to fight and look for another move around. I think, of course, everyone on Racing Softs with no tyre wear, so it's optimal grip for everyone here. Flat out through the section, and now to the point which takes us to the highest peak on the Nordschleife. Jovo now creeping onto the back end of Gueras, very close between these two indeed. Let's jump on board with Jovo through this section then as he tries to fight away past Gueras here in 5th. We can see also then on the screen that about a second and a half out is ARPS behind, so of course no mistakes can come from Jovo or it's going to cost him. Gueras though, he's very cautious with his, cautious with his line, not opening up enough room anywhere for Jovo to stick his RSR past. He's just going to have to buy time. Of course, we've got another lap left. A little bit too much curb there for Jovo. It does cost him time off to the back end of Gueras, but nothing too much to worry about. So, of course, now Jovo's just going to reset and take another swipe at him. Gueras there, looking to set the move, but Jovo now goes too wide. Jovo with a bit of momentum, but he puts himself first with the jump, and through goes Jovo. Back comes Gueras, though. He doesn't want to give that position in. Every inch of available track being used for Gueras to come out on top, full or foot flat now through this section here, heading up towards the final carousel. Both cars, neither one letting off, but it is Gueras that comes out in front in that Supra. A phenomenal move from Gueras to fight back and get the move back or made back against Jovo. After again Jovo put on a very dominating show and matched Gueras' pace. So round the second carousel these two go, and we're now with Gueras once again leading from 5th place with Jovo chasing in 6th. Icon Amir then, he's got a 0.5 penalty, but he is 8 seconds clear from Astral in 2nd place. Panam in 3rd place, he's just about 2 seconds out from Astral. Of course, like I said, home race, he's looking to make an impression. Deluxe in 4th place then in the RCF. He's holding out really, really nicely. Gueras and Jovo, they're giving each other a bit of headache and a bit of hassle. Putting the shoulders out between each other, racing here. Fantastic racing, though, between everyone actually onto the grid, it must be said. Deku G and JHS13 having a tussle as well on dotting a hole straight. ARPS, though, in 7th, just piloting and controlling the little battle behind. JHS13, though, still managing to keep ahead of the Colombian driver Deku G in his Hurricane. Deku G is going to have to find another way around, but of course here we go onto the final lap with this mid-back group of the Nordschleife. Deku G looks to secure that outside line. He finds the momentum, gets himself around the McLaren of JHS13. JHS13 hasn't got really much of a defensive move to give for that. He's just going to have to sort of take that move and let it happen. ARPS meanwhile has dropped himself down to 9th. Not too sure what happened between those two, but he finds himself just in front of Lamar Hattam in his 911 RSR and fighting to keep 9th position. AK now finds himself down though in last place. Astral has pulled himself back. 6.5 seconds is now the gap between Icon and Astral. Must have been a mistake there from Icon at some point, as Panam is still really close to Astral, just under 2 seconds, splits these pairings, and then Deluxe 4.5 seconds out. So by the looks of it, or 2nd and 3rd have both found a fair bit of pace and put the toes down. Icon is just looking to keep it smooth as he enters Foxhole here on a faster lap, but with a 0.5 penalty ahead. Hopefully he can keep it as just 0.5 when it comes to, thank you my love, a 0.5 though as it comes to the end of the race. Coming to Daytona Road Course, it's completely up to whoever wins this race, and by the looks of it, that is going to be Icon. Who is that? I have no idea. Reshoes. I don't know. I had a call off someone earlier. Not too sure it was. No WhatsApp. And then they've just made a WhatsApp. Or they've just made a Snapchat. Really weird. Anyway. Icon then. 6.5 seconds out is the gap between himself and Astral. Astral's got 1.5 seconds behind to Pan Am in the RSR. Deluxe then, he's in a bit of a gap right now, hasn't got much going on in front of him or behind him, so just focusing on getting his lap done. Gueras in 5th, he's in a similar position, 2.5 seconds is the gap behind to Jolvo in the Falcon 911 RSR, and Deku has had a fantastic race, if I say so myself, to get himself 7th so far in the Huracan. JHS 13 in 8th, and Lamar in 9th. Armasil in 10th, now looking a little bit competitive for Lamar, and having to Lamar's going to have to put the moves out here to keep Armasil just behind him. ARPS then in the McLaren, running in 11th place. Not too sure what's happened to his race. I think he may have had a few incidents along the way, but it has cost him his positions. Armasil then just still closing the gap on Lamar. 0.5 is the gap. Lamar also closing. Bro trying to persuade. What are you on about? Oh, you're on about trying to persuade Icon. Oh, there we go. So JHS 13 has had an incident, and Lamar and Armasil both sneak past him. It's now JHS 13 down to 10th and fighting back from there. Lamar and Armasil both go too wide through here. Does it pan out? Yes, it does. Both Porsches make it through safe and sound, but Armasil comes out in front and puts Lamar behind him. A fantastic move for Armasil. In just the last couple of seconds on board with him, he has moved himself up 3 places around ARPS, around JHS 13, and around Lamar Hatton. So a fantastic run from him indeed. Not too far back out then is Diamutter in the in the KUS 911 RSR. AK then running in the Z4 in 13th. 7.5 seconds though is the gap as Icon approaches the carousel for the final time here around the Nordschleife. 7.5 seconds back, as I said, to Astral, who's got Pan Am nearly 2 seconds behind now. So these two just starting to slot into a bit of a race pace as well. Deluxe still doing really well in the RCF in 4th. Gueras also doing well in the Supra in 5th. And then Jovo creeping up behind. About 3 seconds out is the gap between himself, 5th place, and 7th place. So again, in a similar position to Deluxe, just in his own gap to be able to focus on his racing. Deco, on the other hand, can't say the same. He's got Armasil, Lamar, JHS 13, and ARPS all fighting behind him. ARPS and JHS 13 battling it out in the McLarens. Big slide from JHS 13 out of the carousel, but he holds it nice enough. ARPS now fighting in every single direction in the mirrors, pointing that McLaren either way, making sure JHS 13 knows he's there. Deku has had enough. He is off on the grass as we reach the high point here. JHS 13 and ARPS are both now going to have to battle their way around him. Lamar and Armasil, though, both still battling it out. Armasil holding 7th place off him, though, nice enough. Again, after putting that move through, as we watched earlier, and within the couple of seconds, we're watching gaining 3 positions. So a fantastic little run there on the second lap out here for Armasil. ARPS, though, currently ahead of JHS 13 in the McLaren battle. And then Diamante starting to actually catch up in the KUS RSR. How far's the gap here now between ARPS and Armasil now? Armasil and Lamar both battling it out. Lamar giving a little nudge, but backing out, and Armasil taking the position once again. Deku's just disconnected, which is a shame. He was running very nicely indeed. Jovo in 6th, though. Deluxe, Gueras, yeah, everyone's still running in the same sort of gaps as what we were looking at. That's all good. So, what's happened there? What's happened? Something just happened between ARPS and JHS 13. I'd like to look back at that. It's not going to let us show it, unfortunately. But an incident's happened once again with Julian. So Julian, mate, try and keep it clean. We are constantly being told about you involved with an incident, mate, and we'd rather it didn't happen. JHS, though, out of the second carousel, having a bit of a moment, and he's got Diamutter behind him now in the KUS Porsche, but of course, a 0.5 penalty is going to drop him out of contention for that battle. Armasil and Lamar, then. These are the battles to watch, then, as we approach dotting a hole. Icon, Ian, or Amir, let's jump on board with him then as he comes across for what is now his 3rd racing victory here in the lobbies. 3rd lobby he's attended and 3rd victory. 1st place for Icon. Well done, mate. Astral, 2nd place in the RCF. Bit of a wobble around the last bend, but makes it round in 2nd. Pan Am comes across the line in 3rd. Deluxe, phenomenal race in the RCF to come across the line round that final bend and across the line now in 4th. 4th place, with Gueras not too far behind in tow. Jolvo, 6th place, round the final bend in the Falcon 911 RSR. To the line, 6th place for Jolvo. Ah, right, okay, fair enough. And Lamar, Hatterman, Armasil battling out for 7th place to the line, but it is Lamar that comes out on top 7th, Armasil 8th, JHS 13 in 9th, and Dine Mutter in 10th, closely followed by ARPS. Unfortunate race for ARPS, of course, having a bit of a stinking lap, unfortunately, but AK then finishing the runners and coming across the line in 12th. Klein's Carousel. You need to review the first part of that race, too many crashes. That is the problem with the Nürburgring, though. It is a very crashy race. Everyone does seem to get the elbows out on Nürburgring. But congratulations to Icon Amir, fastest lap as well. Another clean sweep for him in the RDR lobby. Astral 2nd place, Pan Am 3rd, Deluxe 4th, and then Gueras 5th. Jolvo 6th, Lamar in 7th, and Amarsil in 8th. JHS 13 in 9th. Was it Mine Mutter? I think it is. Dynamutter. There we are. Dynamutter in 10th. ARPS in 11th. AK in 12th place. And Deku disconnecting in 13th and 14th. But congratulations to Icon Amir. Where would you like to go then for what is now going to be the final race of the evening before we switch on over and head to our steward section?
Autopolis, Autopolis.
Is ARPS in YouTube chat? He should be. He should be.
Emil, come.
Smart Life Verification Code.
Come on, Autopolis, come.
Autopolis är färdig för slutet.
Right. Do you need that code? Okay, sweet. Clear all the crap on me phone. Autopolis, sure, we can try. YouTube chat is broken, so I can't type ARPS. Yeah, one more race, Luke, and then we are calling it for the evening. But we are finishing out the race on Autopolis, which seems to be, or it's becoming quite a popular track in the Red Dragon. I wouldn't say. I'm not going to say thank you if that's what you're after. Right, okay, all the settings are the same. Yes, let's change it on over then. Autopolis for the final race here tonight. JHS 13, let's see if I can pull off another podium here. It's happened before. You've got a good bit of luck here around, well, good bit of pace actually. So not luck, you've got a good bit of pace here around Autopolis. So we'll see. We shall see, JHS. Letting everyone, yeah, coulda, woulda, shoulda. Let's jump on in though. I'm going to go and grab myself another drink, guys. Everyone get the track and get some lap practice in. I will let you guys know when it is the final lap.
Is anyone left yet?
There's a space.
Space.
Okay.
Your mom left.
Boys?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sad. The king is gonna be dethroned.
I don't care anymore. I had my time. I had my moment.
No, you,
Yeah.
you didn't.
I know who's gonna
over.
win this. I know who's gonna win this anyway.
That's Spectator.
No, I can't.
Oh, Spat's still here though.
Listen, if Spat doesn't listen, I just need Spat to take out Icon and then Icon.
It'd be so nice
Hey,
if
why
Spat
you?
joined the VC.
Because, I don't know. Fuck.
It'd be so nice
now
if
do I
Spat
have a car
joined.
that I can actually drive on here?
I want to fucking
Why,
redeem
what car you
myself
driving?
from last time when Keen killed me.
Porsche. Same car I defeated your lap time here. I
Yeah,
completely
it's also the
destroyed
same car that you bowled the race of.
your- Nah, I got spun.
Yeah, you bowled it.
I got spun. Getting spun is not bottling it.
I am
bowled
back.
it, Van Am.
I've got
Just
myself
man
a
up
drink.
and say you bowled
You
it.
are a bridge.
I'm going to
You
see if
bowled
these
it,
guys are in chat.
Oh, yeah, I want to see
How
what
is
cars
that?
people
That's
drive.
crazy, bro.
I wonder. I
Like, how
actually
about
do
you do that?
wonder. I actually do wonder how fast the Super would be around here.
Oh, Monster. Oh.
Like,
Yeah,
I don't
we are
know if
close.
the Super would be fast. What?
We have.
Oh, never mind. Marcel has left.
Why are you cooked?
Oh,
Oh, Monster's another A+.
This could
oh
be
my
a
eye is
rare-
weeping so much. This is so
This could be
annoying.
a rare occasion of me not being in the top 5 at all.
I'm gonna drive the Lambo for once.
So yeah, how many A plus drivers? Once again, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Lamar's in.
Yeah,
Oh
makes
yes,
me
no, of
feel
course,
really
of course you
slow.
are, Lamar. You asked about the BOP. Of course you are.
Well, looks like I'm not winning this race.
Yeah, of course not. We have 3 actual A plus and me in here.
I'd say there are some seriously quick people in these lobbies now. To be able to have 2 World Series drivers joining us, that was incredible. We had G Marinos and we had Jay Vicinius, didn't we?
Yeah. Vinicius.
Or Vinicius, sorry, Vinicius. Yeah, and of course, well, with Vinicius.
Vinny.
What's just happened? I've just lost all my chat.
What?
Chat, can someone type the message? Can someone type a message in the chat? It's just disappeared. I've lost all my chat.
Oh.
Well, this isn't good.
Oi.
What's the quick time around here?
Like
44.
somewhere in the
No, 45.
44s,
Sorry.
yeah.
Low 40. High 45.
Yeah, I've lost chat.
45s.
This is not good.
Well done, Matt.
It's indeed suboptimal.
That was terrible.
Yeah, people joining right after I start my lap is terrible.
Oh my god, Spat just sent it through that section.
I swear I'm worried my lap time is gonna be slower.
Oh, what's gone on here?
45-2, oh my god.
Oh. I've lost my chat. I
You
can't
still
see what
have
anyone's
it.
typing into the chat anymore. It's just, it switched itself back and it's just put, all I can see is sliced bread chicken jockey. That's all I can see.
That's been there for a while.
Yeah, that's the start. I don't know how to solve this.
Restart
refresh it?
YouTube.
No, but I don't want to break the stream then. Ah. Right, in fact, let me close down.
Restart.
Let me close it down and
restart
pull the
whatever you
chat.
have.
If I pull the chat back up. Yeah, there we go. Can you see this? No, we cannot. Yes, I can now. Ha 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 ha. Start Shark J9 or 89 BOP on for race. Yes, BOP's on. Wish me luck. Never race this track, Lamar. Best of luck. Just left race. I was
You
doing
never
well.
race
Joined,
this
but I'm
track.
too late. Damn it. Unlucky Coco Baby. I almost didn't last time due to skill issues, says JHS13. Now we're all caught up. Lovely. Right then, guys. Get underway with your practicing. Remember, practice is your qualifying. You've got about 10 minutes in the race, or on the race timer, so about halfway through now. Get your laps in, guys, and then we'll get ourselves ready for what is the now final race in the lobby, and then over to the steward section to finish.
I shouldn't be P3.
Panam's
Oh,
predicting
Christ.
himself a P3.
I said I shouldn't be P3.
He's
Oh, you
crying
shouldn't
again.
be. Okay.
I did a 47.
So let's go North Face Cam.
I
Who
should
we
not
who
be
we gonna
P3,
follow
yeah.
through for a decent lap here?
No mediums.
A 1:45.290 is the
That
pace
is
from Icon.
absolutely rapid.
A 1:45.290.
That is honestly like, yeah.
I mean, it's fair to say that Icon definitely deserves to rock the #1 racing number. He is definitely the fastest here, that's for sure. But of course, Icon is, as I've said before, he's an OG. He was one of the first people to actually come in and join us with the Red Dragon Racing lobbies. I'm actually talking like he could even be one of the first people to have joined full stop, like one of the first lobbies that we've ever done. Icon came in and joined.
I've been in the first. I've looked through the first 3,
Oh, here
and
we
he hasn't
go.
been there yet.
He was definitely
YouTube.
towards the start though. He was on Twitch when we were running on Twitch. Icon was
Yeah,
on
I'm
Twitch.
only
He
going-
followed
I'm
us on Twitch to begin with. Icon, if you could let us know in the chat if I'm right on that, but I'm pretty confident you are literally one of the OGs, and if not one of the first subscribers that we had. I mean, and now we're on 548, which isn't a massive number in the grand scheme of things to YouTube, but to us, that's a phenomenal gain. You know, in the good couple of months that we've been running this, and of course, we've only got you guys to thank. So thank you everyone who jumps on, supports us. There we are. Icon just said, yeah, he was one of the originals from Twitch. Funnily enough, there was a video put back the other day, and Kian was in the lobby, Ash was in the lobby, and Icon was in the lobby as well.
Oh yeah, I'm an OG. I'm out. Huh?
Blaze,
Man,
that's
get
not
him in the
good.
Discord.
Ideally, you'd like to be able to see. Yeah, Icon, have you joined the Discord before, bud? I'm not too sure if you're in it. And if you were in our
might not be
last
the
one,
new
we
one.
have had a new one. Yeah, because we did change a new one a good couple of months ago. We changed it over, oh Christ, back last year now, actually.
July. Yeah.
Who's that going into turn one?
Yeah, look at that. 0.8 is the gap between Icon and Astro. Astro with a 146.091, which to me, that would still have seemed like a fast lap. Looking to reduce that gap ever so slightly. Pan Am close to it as well in his 911. Jolvo goes fourth. I do like Monster Dizzy's little livery on the Genesis. It's a tribute to Fernando Alonso's Renault F1 era.
Not 7. Not 7 right now.
I'm not even getting split, so I'm just driving.
On board with Mr. Vroom Millimeter, of course, sponsored by DHL.
Oh,
No affiliation with the company, just a massive fan of the delivery service.
I just messed up, you know that.
I was covering it, mate. It's fine. No one noticed. They're all taken back by your striking name and appearance.
Alright.
And of course, Zach is the fastest man in the DHL racing team. Of course, they'd have to start one first. Deluxe in the Jamrock M6. It's a gorgeous livery, this, and of course a stunning tribute to the Jamaican heritage and flag. And also with a name like Deluxe, it makes me believe that Deluxe has got a fair bit of Jamaican heritage. Of course, with the British flag flying above his head, he's of course a UK citizen, but yeah, I'd imagine the heritage there is leading back to Jamaica. There's a few telltale signs that we've seen over the months from Deluxe, but yeah, either way, a phenomenal racer indeed. Certainly the fastest Jamaican that we've had the pleasure of having on the channel. Just a question then, Deluxe. When you signed up and you had a look through, did they have a Jamaican flag in the available flags? Because I haven't. I can't say I've actually seen a Jamaican in a lobby.
I can't see many people in Jamaica having the money for this game. It's quite expensive.
Wow.
Zach, whoa. That was a little step in the wrong direction. We'll bring it back now.
Yeah, we'll leave it there.
Game is expensive.
Right, games are getting more and more expensive though, if I'm being honest.
Ooh, in fact, we should call final lap. Because it is now time for the final laps. Icon with a 1:45.290 then as his fastest. Second lap out was set. Zach, second fastest with a 1:45.946. Astral third with a 1:45.999. Pan Am fourth with a 1:46.1. Jolvo 1:46.982. AK 1:47.182. Spat 1:47.3. Now 1:46.439 and up into fifth. Who have we got in front of Jolvo? Someone's just backed out of it, so no, it's Jolvo who is the last one approaching to the line. Who is on their final laps here? Lamar and Icon. Icon is on his final lap then.
I hate you, man.
Who else is down here?
People
Plus
are
2 seconds.
Spats.
Yeah, I didn't even. Panam Cup. So
Yeah, once you have finished though, guys, once you've done your lap, just head on over to. I joined on your first dual commentary stream, I think. Yeah, for the Super Formula, I believe.
Incredible, bro.
This feels like a lot better.
Hate off.
Well, you have got this lap.
Die.
Icon
my God,
and
purple.
Lamar, they're both done, I think. Yeah. No, you did your GT3 dual come.
No, I was a 10th purple.
What GT3 dual come? One, I don't know. Anyway, though, it's fine. You're on board. That's the main thing. How's your lap looking then, Zach? I think you might.
Gone into the hairpin, and I think I've messed it up.
Oh dear.
I went a bit wide.
Well, when I switched over to you, it didn't
should
give me the
still be
purple
fast.
sound, so I don't think you're purple.
Well, not anymore.
No, but we'll stay on board though. See if you can chop any time out from Icon's time.
Don't think I can. Oh, it's so annoying. Oh,
Or
wow.
1:45.9. Unfortunately not, but of course you better your own lap. Right, okay. Are we all ready?
No.
Oh my god, that's not.
By the looks of it, everyone else is, so unlucky Panam.
Damn.
But yes, guys, for what is the final race here tonight, then, before we shift on over and have our steward session, best of luck to everyone who is racing tonight. And, of course, we will see you all afterwards, and we'll see who comes out on top here at Autopolis. Let's just switch myself back over. There we go. Turn that off and get ourselves underway. Spat hates this track. Yeah, it's not everyone's favourite, but a lot of people are a big fan. It's all good, LBR, don't worry about it. So then, Icon on the front row of the grid once again. Looking like Lightning McQueen there with a little ka-chow. Zach in second place, Luke up into third, Astro fourth, Panam fifth, Spatula sixth, Monster Dizzy seventh, AK in eighth, Jovo in ninth, JHS 13th, 10th, Deluxe 11th, ARPS 12th, Lamar 13th, Gueras 14th, and lights out, and away they go. Icon holding out first, Luke snapping up into second place in that GTR with a fantastic launch, goes side by side into first corner with Icon, takes Promera lead, but all three wide with Zach and Icon. The whole grid running through the first bend, managing to make it through nice enough. Gueras running now in last. Zach in control of the race in first. Icon in second place. Luke in third. Zach runs away with it in first. He's found the pace, he's found the gap, and he's actually put Icon into second place for what is the first time this evening since Icon stepped into the lobby. Bit of a slide there from Icon, chasing Zach, but he manages to keep it nice and planted. Luke in third place in the GTR, another newcomer for the lobby tonight. He is looking very competitive indeed on the back end of Icon's M6. He's got Monster Dizzy also in chase. JHS 13, he's having a phenomenal race as well so far in 5th. Hasn't had the best of results so far tonight, but as always, he has a fantastic result around Autopolis, so hopefully that result unfolds for him here today as well. There was a little bit of pushing and shoving there going into that tight hairpin. If I'm honest, as expected, as it's a very, very tight section of track. I wouldn't expect everyone to be able to make that through cleanly, especially going 3 wide, but all the runners are still racing, which is fine. Zach having a lot of problem behind from Icon in the M6. Running a little bit wide there. Icon sneaking up the middle on the inside line. Zach, though, fighting for it back. After just managing to keep enough grip to keep himself competitive. Icon pushed out wide there, maybe by Zach. That was a little bit of a nasty move. Icon now finds himself in 4th place, with Monster Dizzy taking advantage and pushing himself up to 3rd. Luke now chases Zach out in front in the R8. Luke, of course, in that GTR. That GTR is looking phenomenally quick here around Autopolis, I must say. Zach now, though, heading into first bend in charge of this race. Icon now pushing over to the left onto the outside of Luke to make a move onto Monster Dizzy. Does he make it stick? Not quite yet. Monster Dizzy there in that Genesis, just holding the inside line and not allowing him to make his way round. But it is now, in fact, Luke in charge of the race, having made his way past Zach. Zach fights it back around the outside, and it's Zach in the R8 back in control of the race. Luke in second place, battling out with Dizzy in third. He's got Dizzy on the inside. Dizzy takes second place, just in front of that GTR. While Luke in the GTR is battling it out, though, and giving the space back and forth between Monster Dizzy, it's allowed Icon to get really competitive onto the back end of him as well. That M6 is looking flying here. He is all over the back end of that GTR. Not a single second of pressure release for any of these drivers up in the top. Zach currently, though, 0.7 out in head. He, out of all these drivers, a fantastic move there up the inside from Icon Amir, sorry. It puts him now up into third place, chasing Monster Dizzy. A fantastic battle in the lead of this race. Icon bumper to bumper with Monster Dizzy's Genesis. A second is the gap now between Zach and Monster Dizzy. While all this battling is going on, Zach able to find the pace and start to pull away with it, leaving a big gap for all of these runners now to try and chase down. Monster Dizzy, though, having a heck of a time trying to keep Icon and Luke behind him. Spectator now looking to join into this battle as well. The way that it sits now, though, Zach just about a second out in front. If he can keep this for the next 4 laps, then Zach will retain his crown as king of Autopolis. And whether that's in Group 2, F1, or in Group 3. Monster Dizzy under pressure from Icon in the M6. Luke under pressure from Spat. Icon, though, finds second place. Monster takes it back using the inside line. A fantastic battle, as I previously said, between second place all the way down to 5th place. Zach, still just a second and a half. This battle, whilst it's all going on with all of these racers, getting into each other's mirrors, switching the lines up, defensive, attacking moves left, right and centre, they are still staying just about a second off the pace. So it's fantastic racing indeed. Spatula, though, he's put himself in between Luke and Icon. He's now in 4th. Icon 0.3 ahead, just off to the back of just off the back of Monster Dizzy's Genesis. Sorry, I'm getting so confused with the names here. Spatula in 4th place, 0.4 out. Oh, we've lost a sub. Who's unsubbed? Who doesn't like the commentary? I'm loving the commentary. Some fantastic racing here as Monster Dizzy and Icon pass places back and forth. Monster onto the inside, Icon occupying the outside lane. Both with the traction, both with the grip, and neither one of them looking to back out. Final race of the evening, and it's Icon who's found the space. Spatula takes advantage of the move from Monster and moves himself up into 3rd and onto the podium as well. Monster Dizzy now into 4th, looking to take the place back, though, after a bit of a ropey exit there from the left bend corner, and it's Monster Dizzy once again back onto the podium in 3rd. Spat, though, on the inside line, he wants it back. Spat's on the right-hand side of him, going through into the final corner onto the bend to start lap 4. Spat is out in front. It is Luke now battling Dizzy for the position. A constant battle between all of these cars the entire length of the race. While all this happening, though, Icon has broken free. A second and a half is the gap between himself and Spatula in 3rd, currently holding off Dizzy and Luke. And Zach now nearly 2 seconds out in front of Icon. He is now running. Icon has got 2 laps to be able to increase his pace and catch Zach up if he wants to retain his title of the lobby winner, winning 4 consecutive races in a row if he wins this one. If not, it's Zach that takes the win and he keeps his crown of the Autopolis King. Icon, though, 1.7 seconds is the gap back to Spat. Now 1.5 after a little slip. Spat has got 0.3 between himself and Monster Dizzy, and then 0.3 between Luke as well. Luke, a newcomer into the lobby in the GTR, has made a phenomenal impression here around Autopolis, really sticking it with the big guns and keeping a fair bit of pace. AK has also had a fantastic race and is now battling with Jova behind him in 7th. Both of these in the Porsches, neither one giving up. AK on the defensive moves, keeping Jova behind him. Jova's just going to have to look and take another attack when the move best suits. Astral's got Panam in tow. Behind Panam, then just less than a second behind his ARPS in a Nissan Toyota. That one spun me. Anyway, Lamar is in 11th, Deluxe in 12th, and Gueras in 13th. And then JHS 13, unfortunately not able to have an amazing run in Autopolis like he has done previously here. He's now running in 14th. 1 second, though, is the gap now, under a second, between Zach and Icon. Icon has been chewing away that time just while we were looking through the grid, but we start lap 5 here, the penultimate lap, and Zach is in charge of the race. Icon in second with 2.5 seconds is the gap back to Spatula in third place with Luke in 4th. Monster Dizzy, though, with a 0.5 penalty above his head in the Genesis, still staying competitive, though, 0.7 out behind from Luke. He's in 5th. AK, he's in 6th, with Jolvo less than a second behind in 7th. Astral, then, not too far behind, just under 2 seconds out from Jolvo in 8th. Big slide from Astral onto the grass. Panam now really getting close in the H&R 911. Sorry, my mouth. Oh, there's so much going on here, and say I can't even keep up with the words. Icon still within a second of Zach. Zach with it all on the table. He does not want to lose his crown of King of Autopolis, especially to, well, I mean, I can't think of anyone I need to drop the game or stay in the live. No worries, Carlos. And say I can't think of anyone else that I'd be happy to hand it over to, especially with the pace of Icon tonight. He has come in and shown just how much he has earned his A+ rating. A phenomenal display so far in the racing for Icon. However, at the moment it is Zach that the spotlight is on. He controls this race out in first in the DHL livery R8. He's got half a second behind to Icon, and Icon is chewing that time fast. Spatula, 4.5 seconds is the gap now between Icon and Spatula. Spatula can't do anything about that gap as he's got Luke behind him challenging, less than half a second out in the GTR. Alex, after now having served his penalty, he's still competitive. He's half a second out from the back of the GTR of Luke. AK, he's still keeping Jolvo behind him in the RSR. Phenomenal defending from AK this entire run to keep such a fast racer such as Jolvo behind for such a long period of time. Of course, though, the move coming here from Icon on the final lap as it starts. They are wheel to wheel into first corner. Zach occupying the inside line. Icon looking to take the outside. Zach, though, just puts that R8 in front of the M6. M6 running a little touch wide there in the hands of Icon. But down into the first section goes Zach, still out in front here around Autopolis. All still to play for, though, for Zach. And say Icon could make a move here. All Zach has to do is make that R8 the widest car on track and keep Icon behind him. Sounds all good in theory, but can he lay it out? Icon, of course, is a very strong and confident racer. He will find an aggressive way to push past, or he'll make it slick. But either way, he will find a gap if there's one there. Zach now having to think logically a couple of corners ahead to be able to keep Icon in the rearview mirror and not have him go side by side, because that could cause a real danger into any corner. Zach wants to try and hold the line as much as he can to keep Icon behind. So far it's working for him. It's very close between the pair indeed, but Zach is not given an inch of space available to Icon. Icon tries around the outside, but Zach shuts the door on him, sees it coming and holds that outside. Of course, an outside line into here and side by side would have been lethal for Zach's lead. Zach's just got a couple of corners left to hold it together, and then it is a battle to the line with Icon behind. All now depending on the exit to this first corner. It is Icon, though, who finds the inside line. He pushes Zach to the outside. Zach's now got the inside for the final corner. He comes around. They are neck and neck. It is anyone's game. A photo finish for the lead, but it is Zach who comes out on top. Icon in second place. Spatula in third, and a photo finish again between Monster and Luke for fourth and fifth. Jolvo in sixth, AK in seventh, Astra in eighth, and Panam across the line in ninth. All within 10 seconds off the pace. APRS in 10th, Deluxe in 11th, or ARPS, sorry, in 10th, Deluxe in 11th, and Lamar across the line in 12th. JHS 13 then, the last of the runners, just finishing up his final lap now. But what a fantastic and incredible last race battle between these two here, Zach and Icon. Icon chewed the time out to him all the way until the last lap and put it all on the line. Both of these racers honestly deserve a medal for that last lap battle. Easily battle of the week for me personally, and we're only on Tuesday. That was a fantastic run. That was such a joy to watch as well. Well done to Zach for retaining his title of King of Autopolis, and of course well done to Icon for an incredible run after him as well. But Zach out in front, Icon in second place. Look at that, 0.18 is the distance between the two. What do we need a steward's review on, guys? A fantastic end to the stream indeed. That was a phenomenal section of racing, guys. Well done to all of you. And Icon, you were knocked off the top space indeed by Zach when it came down to it. But again, I can't give enough congratulations to Zach. Again, proving his knowledge and dominance around Autopolis. Spatula in third place. Fantastic run towards the end with Monster Dizzy and Luke. Luke, may I say, mate, a fantastic run for yourself as well. Coming into the lobby and putting on a performance like that, mate. If we see you return, your name is definitely going to be one to watch. Jolvo, 6th place, nicely fought as well with AK in the end. Just coming round him in the final lap. I'm gutted I missed it. But as you can see, there was a big battle going on for the lead, so he had to stay on board with that. Astral in 8th place. Then Panam in 9th. ARPS in 10th and Deluxe in 11th. 12th goes to Lamar Hattam and 13th for JHS 13. Blaze in 14th and Gueras in 15th. I'm going to be active in the server for sure. This was very fun. Oh, mate, what a phenomenal run indeed. I must say, a fantastic race. But, guys, that concludes the racing for this evening. I hope you all enjoyed as much as it was a pleasure for me to stream for you. However, we're just going to switch ourselves on over now to...
I'm actually shivering. Oh, God. Oh, God. I think Pam's got one.
There we go. So, yes, I was talking for a rather alarming amount of time there. Thank you very, very much, JHS13, for spotting that out. But, yes, we're going to switch on over to the stewards. Thank you very much for everyone who raced with us tonight. It was a pleasure to host for you. We've got a few incidents to look back over, a good couple of races here. So, we should have a good stewards review indeed. So, who have we got on board with us for the stewards tonight, then?
Hi.
Hello.
Panam, Jolvo, and Zach.
3 incidents.
I'm
I put
shivering,
3
man.
incidents already into the chat, by the way.
Brands Hatch, lap 6, turn 1 and turn 2. Autopolis last turn, laps 2, 3 or 4. Brands Hatch, lap 5, last corner. What was one of the first ones, actually? Because we had a few. I think there might have been one to look back at from Watkins Glen. Let's have a look. Let's have a quick look back on this one now.
Yeah.
I want to see what happened with me and Grappig. That was it. It was Grappig, lap 1, alongside with JHS 13. So.
And I want to see out of the chicane, lap 1, my theory.
So on board right now, we've got Grappig, JHS 13, heading in to the chicane. So what camera should we jump on board with right now?
Put JHS on board. JHS would.
Okay, we'll skip up to JHS 13. So, if this is the incident with the look we're looking at, I'm already looking to put it as a racing incident there. We're going too wide into a chicane, which realistically does need to be a 1 car wide if you want to make it through clean. I think Grappig dips himself out of track limits a bit too much. In my opinion, JHS gave room there. There was room on the inside. There was room on the inside. Let's go back and have another look through at it. We don't have
room, but
I can't change my track map, which is interesting and annoying at the same time. But we'll have a look at the positioning quickly. I'm just going to do a freeze frame until we get there. So Here, there's already been a little touch of contact between the pair. They've made it through relatively cleanly. JHS, I mean, look, if Grappig was right alongside him, there would have been room for Grappig there. But it bumps it bumps JHS wide when Grappig comes back onto the track as well. It just so happens that it spins Grappig out quite nastily. What do we think on that? Again, we'll watch it from Grappig's point of view here. I think JHS 13, he maybe could have allowed a little bit more room, but he didn't completely cut him off. It wasn't like Grappig had nowhere to go. That's the Porsche oversteer. That's mean he's come back onto the track. So again, yeah, we'll go on board with JHS 13. He is behind. He pushes Grappig, goes too wide with him at this point. Grappig knows he's on the inside. I think that's just a bit of a fight. I think that's a bit of a fight, and I'm happy to actually just put it down as racing incident.
I have one thing from lap 1. It's not an incident, but maybe overtake of the week as well.
What's that now?
Go my POV lap 1 out of the chicane. I did a three-way overtake on, I think, Jovo has a... No, I don't know. I don't remember.
So up behind Jolvo, backing out of it. Yeah, making up some positions there, nice. Right, so JHS 13 though is right. There was a few things that happened throughout. We'll come back to it, mate. This is Stewart. This is Stewart. So JHS 13, there's a few incidents with Grappig throughout this race, from what I've been told. Blaze doesn't get within contention of you here. Just looking to see when Grappig approaches, to be honest, because there was a few incidents that Grappig said was with. There's Grappig. Panama, just watched that replay. It was close racing. You just squeezed me onto the curb, and I hopped over it. That's from AK.
I tried to read as much as possible.
So JHS and 13, or JHS 13 and Orion battling it out here, and from what we'd heard, it was all clean, and it looks like a nice, clean, hard battle. JHS 13 now with Grappig behind on lap 4. Nothing as such so far. Oh, hang on, no. JHS, oh no, yeah, sorry, no, JHS 13 just up behind Orion. Grappig approaching. Where are these 3 incidents that Grappig mentioned then with JHS 13? Because so far from what I can see... Right, second to last lap. Here we go. So, Orion goes on the inside. Grappig tries to do so. Julian gives him the room. He sort of comes back on over across him a little bit there.
There's 2 hits there.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Watch this bit back for me. Orion goes up the inside. That's fine. JHS 13 is giving him room there. That's a very slight little touch of contact from both.
One down.
I think that's another racing incident. I mean, look, realistically, Grappig could have... Oh, I don't know. See, on Grappig's point of view, it looks really, really bad. But then on Julian's point of view, it doesn't look so bad. What do we think?
Cool.
No, the incident where Grappig spun out, that was just unfortunate. It wasn't necessarily directly from JHS's updoing, or JHS's doing. Yeah, like, it was only a touch of contact, and it wasn't like Grappig got pushed further out. And if anything, it was just... JHS pretty much made it round. Little lag or desync. I mean, it doesn't look like anything major, because on Grappig's screen it looks really nasty, but then on JHS 13's it looks okay. So it's hard to be able to judge that. I'm willing to just again put that one down as a racing incident. JHS, yeah, we know you're an aggressive driver, bud, and so we have asked you a few times to just keep it clean. I know it's hard, but like you said, you've been working really, really well on, or working really, really hard on getting your sportsmanship rating up to S. So it's clearly working and paying off because you are racing clean. There's just little incidents that happen. I think it's just unfortunate that your name is at the middle of it all the time. But this is why we want to do these steward sessions, to be able to come back and review and make sure that it isn't just someone... Right, Grappig's actually bumped you there. And you didn't moan about that.
Because he didn't really get compromised there. So.
Yeah, but it's the same thing that happened with Grappig moaning about last lap final turn. Jovo backwards, Grappig and JHS 13 here. No touch there. JHS 13 goes up the inside cleanly, in my opinion. It's Blaze that actually smacks Grappig out the way there. Through then for the final bend, and this is where he straight lined JHS 13 for no reason, or from what seems. So how are we looking at this? It was the third incident that Grappig mentions. It was Blaze that pushed his car into the wall there, not JHS 13. Again, I'll go on board with JHS 13. Bit of a battle with Orion. Admittedly, I think he pushed Orion out a bit wide there, and Blaze tapped him to be able to put him competitive with Grappig on the inside. But from here, Blaze literally rubs up the front end of Grappig's car, doesn't actually touch him nor damage his race in any way. Man, today I got to learn my M6 even more because I never drove it on Brands Hatch. Felt same with Autopolis. Never drove Rain or Suzuka in the M6 wheel. I used to switch control, but now wheel time. I'll say I prefer wheel, but I haven't got my wheel at the moment. Hence the commentaries. But anyway, what are we feeling needs to happen then with this set of incidents from race 1? Yeah, revenge ramming, it doesn't help anyone, doesn't solve anything. If anything, it just causes more problems than it fixes. It is. No, I agree, and we don't want to see any ramming for revenge. There's no need in it. I'm inclined to agree that we hand Grappig Hanver a 1 race ban for his actions here in Watkins Glen, because yes, I see where he's coming from. That's not me.
Rules coming in already.
It's got to. I mean, look, we know where Grappig's coming from. Like what he was trying to explain to me earlier, and I said I didn't want to hear it because there's no need for it. We've come back, we've had a look, and I was right. There is no need for it. It just looks like a lot of hard wheel-to-wheel racing. Like Icon said, could have even been a little bit of desync, but it doesn't. I haven't seen anything from JHS 13 that made me think, yeah, okay, I can understand why Grappig did that now. Like, I'd be annoyed at that too. No, I haven't seen anything that puts JHS 13, I guess, deserving of that smack from Grappig. So no, Grappig is receiving a 1 race ban. There you are. LBR got rear-ended at turn 1 somewhere during the race, but I don't know who's at fault because I think I was too slow at the corner. Okay. That's all good, bud. So that's race 1 done. Let's get on to race 2. How are we finding the stewards, though, guys? How do we like this? I love being able to come back and have a look at the racing. But yeah, you guys just let me know in the chat how you all find it. That's a very good point. Just before we get underway for Brands Hatch, Casper's just raised a very excellent point, which I'd like to just, if anything, pitch mainly to the people that I've got in my ears right now. That is Zach, Panam, and Jolvo. I'd like to pitch the idea about people who back out of the race if the race doesn't go their way. And we pitched that a racing ban also comes into play for that, because we do need to crack down on that. We don't see this in reality. It's hear me out. It's a big pet peeve for me seeing people jump out of the race, like, you know.
Yeah, the thing is, for stuff like that,
even in band.
I would definitely like a decent and reasonable explanation for why you have to leave. For example, Gueras Carlos had to back out, and he literally even put into the chat and just said, "Look, I got to drop the race, but I'm going to stay in the stream." I mean, that's okay. You know, no one's under a legal obligation to stick the race out here, but it would just be a lot nicer for everyone if we could all just stay in the race. If we have had an incident and we do end up or find ourselves off the track, just recover yourself, calm, cool, and collected, and get back onto it. We get heavy punishments if we leave a race in the championship I'm in, so I never leave. Well, yeah, exactly. We don't want to have to like ban people and everything, but if we also just sort of, I guess, leave that option open for everyone to be able to leave the race halfway through, we're not going to have anyone towards the end of the race. That's we've seen it a couple of times where we've had less than 8 people racing at the end of the race, and it's just like, where's half the lobby gone? So in order to crack down on it, unless there's a genuine reason, I think that race bans shall now start coming into play for people who back out of the lobby as well. Not for tonight. We're not going to count tonight because it was made at the end of tonight, but I think especially going forward for next time. Actually, you do from experience in IRL racing. Many people retire from the races. I mean, in IRL racing, though, you know, it's a big accident, for example, coming right off at turn 1 here, for example, and ended up in the barrier. You're out the race regardless because, you know, your car can't drive. Which we could try and mimic with the heavy damage, but it's just never the same. We'll never, you know, the actual ability to write these cars off in reality, it does step it different from the game. But because the cars don't get written off and because we're not running any damage, it would just be great to see everyone still running. You know, it is a game. We can. It's just racing. You know, the actual crash isn't going to hurt you in person, so we just ask that people stay in the game. Right, so Panam, you were the one that kept the info from Brands Hatch. Where were the incidents here at Brands Hatch that we had to look back on?
At least the one I know of was lap 5 last turn and lap 6 turn 3.
Okay.
So basically that whole part.
There was a little bit of we've got JHS 13 and Travincast both spinning off here on turn 1. I don't think they're related. I think it's generally just timing on the pair of these. But we'll double check in case there has been. There might have been. Okay then. So Travincast has a slower launch. Orion in the NSX.
I want to see my side again, but
oh dear. Oh dear, we're actually seeing Orion taking 2 people out on turn 1. So we'll watch it from his point of view again. I'm also looking specifically here for a seriously late move under braking. So please keep an eye on his inputs for a second. Yeah, I'm with you, Spat, and say they don't want to put any further damage on the car by continuing to race. I get that. From what I can see on the inputs, that's a very late move under the brakes. And that late move under the brakes actually costs Travincast and JHS 13 their start. It's turn 1, so I don't want to go... Yeah, I don't want to go putting too much... I'm not going to race ban this, for example. I don't think this is a race ban because it's a turn 1 incident. But if we can find blame anywhere for it, I would like to be able to place that blame, as I only think it's fair throughout, you know, for everyone else. From what I can see here from Orion's run, he's ducked onto the right side or onto the inside of Travincast really, really late under the brakes as well. It's caused Travincast to spin out into JHS 13 in the Alpha, and the pair of those lose it. But Orion carries on his race and doesn't hand the positions back. From full speed there, are we seeing the same thing? Should I share screens with the stream? Would that be 10 times easier?
I think so.
I'm going to do so. I should have done that in the get-go. I'm terribly sorry, guys, because I'm asking you, are you seeing the exact same thing I'm seeing, and you're not. Right, so are we all watching a second? watch this now again from Orion, and I need us to decide the punishment here. I'm thinking just damage in general their attire because they don't feel like they're going to do well even if they have an accident, but either way this doesn't apply to sim racing. Yeah. That's Spat's actual race knowledge coming into play there for everyone. But yeah, so right now, just quickly for the benefit of obviously those that are watching along with me, we're just watching Orion first turn in Brands Hatch, a late move on the brakes which causes Travincas and JHS13 to lose their race. I propose not a race ban, but Orion does start from the back of the grid next race. Late move under brakes, carelessness, and it takes out JHS13 and Travincas.
Wait, Jovo,
Hmm?
you remember the move?
The best way that we can do that, JHS13, is just
What?
not allow him to go out for a qualifying
the move I
time.
told at Watkins, where past 3 cars out into the outer loop, no?
But yeah, so Orion will be receiving the back of grid penalty for the next race. So Orion, next race you jump in, but you won't be able to qualify. We'll keep watching on board with Orion though in case anything else happens throughout this lap 1. So of course this is where big incidents happen. He's racing clean here on out, but yeah, that turn 1 incident, it's definitely unfortunate. I'm not so much saying that it was intentional, it was meant to happen. If I thought for a second it was intentional, I would have been taking all race starts away from him and he'd be race banned. But I don't think it was intentional. I think it was an accident. And yeah, I think it was just an accident. Right, so now what was Pan Am? You said or lap 5 Brands Hatch, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Involving Spat?
This is lap 4.
I know, but we're about to come on to lap 5.
Yeah, I said lap 5 last turn.
Oh. Okay, last turn. Pan Am goes on the left-hand side of Spat. Spat goes to move over, bit too late. Pan Am on the brakes. Yeah, Spat a little bit later on the brakes to try and make the move happen. Doesn't quite make it work. Pushes you out to the side. And then, of course, from the push as well, loses the place ever, or just at the...
It's just the same with Astronaut. Yeah, but I with one...
I mean, Spat's calling that there's room there. I mean, I would also argue that, yes, there is a little bit of room, but it's very, very, very tight. There's not miles of room there, but I do see where Spat's coming from as he leaves you... Yeah, there is still space there, Pan Am, but it's close. And then, of course, we'll jump on board with Astral and see what happens here.
He hit me, and then that's why I still was sliding.
I don't think there's any room there, though, Spat, I will be honest.
And now what does that mean?
I mean, again, Astral was okay with his line. It didn't cost him. But, yeah, I think it's just very aggressive, hard racing from Spat. As in, he lagged on Paddock Bend for you, Spat. Is that what you're saying? Are we still watching for something here, Pan Am?
No, that was only turns 1, 2.
That was it. Okay. Right. So yeah, it was just Orion who was penalised there from that one. And so I think everything else was okay on Brands Hatch. Next out then was Suzuka in the wet. Now this one's going to be a hard one to judge, especially in the wet. Was there any were there any founding moments for anyone that they noticed in Suzuka that they want us to go and have a look back on?
I feel like this deserves more lenience just because it is wet.
I'm with you on that as well, that we should be given a little bit more lenience here. I mean, realistically though, look, first corner and everyone made it through cleanly. Kian's moment. Yeah, we could watch Kian's moment actually.
There you go. Also, Spad left me basically Not like that level.
I'll keep going on about it.
The fuck, I'm not even talking about the same accident.
I mean, so far though, everyone made it through cleanly. Well, actually, there's 2 people that had a little bit of an incident, but then I think those 2 people actually just launched really late. Yeah, they did, Gueras and Troya. Yeah, they just launched really late by the looks of it.
Really late. They launched
Really, really late, yeah.
Bro, we were 3 wide, and you turned into me. I'm trying.
This was a fantastic start in the wet as well. Seeing you all keep so close. And to be fair, Lamar had him as well. He came in and he put a bit of an impression out. He was a phenomenal racer. There was an incident. Night LBR. Bit of pushing and shoving from D-Lux there, actually. Should we have another little touch of that?
Was laggy as hell.
He was very laggy, which,
Yeah.
again, it's another thing that we have to take into account.
Could have been a lag hit as well.
I'm just looking to make sure that Kian's incident, there's a little bit of a touch there between him and Lamar. It put him into your path, Joel, though.
But I went off another side.
I'm looking to see what happened with Kian's, and if it was foul play, then fair enough.
No, you just spun.
No, he just spun. Yeah, and he didn't like him. What point did Marinos leave?
A fair bit into the
Oh, hang on. I think we've just seen Marinos cause a bit of an incident with our friend Julian here. So there's Kian leaving. I mean, with D-Locks braking as well, I think you bumped into D-Locks under his braking conditions, which then put him into the way of Marinos, but that's where the 0.3 penalty came from. I guess that's okay. Alright. I mean, how do we all feel on that one quickly? Obviously, I think, again, it's under wet conditions. It's really, really hard to... Is that the one you sent me the video clip of, Carlos? Is that the one? Or you just sent me another video clip? Because I don't think yours come up for some reason. There it is. Ah, right. An incident with Kian. Haven't seen this one yet, have we? I know we're literally in the middle of reviewing this anyway, but we'll just get this one over and done with. Because Kian could still be receiving some racing bans if needs be. I mean, there he's gotten round him. Oh no, we did watch this one, didn't we? Yeah, Kian straight-lined him. Yeah, we did. We did watch that one back. Spectator have also sent me a clip. It is processing, sir. Is there anything else in Suzuka that we want to have a look back on for anything? Because if I'm honest, again, I think I'm just willing to put most of it down to wet racing. I would like this video to process ASAP, but we'll come back to that. I'm willing to leave that for Suzuka, though. Kian, for that punt off, what do we give? Are we giving anything for it, or are we just leaving it? It certainly looked more intentional than it did accidental.
Yeah.
Oh, what do we feel? Do we feel a race ban, or do we feel grid pen?
Yeah, race ban probably.
Yeah.
I think so.
Race ban? Okay then, so Kian will be receiving a race ban for that. Right, there we go. Let me pull that one back up again, but hang on. There we go. So, right, so this is Autopolis with Gueras, potentially Luke. No, Gueras. What are we looking for here?
Wait for turn 1.
Well, this is in practice, isn't it?
Yeah,
This-
this is practice.
Yeah, this is practice. Why am I being shown this? I'll watch it out now. Should we stop watching this? We don't need to see this. It's practice, do we? Dive from Spat, but we don't need to see that. Yeah, it's all good, Spat, and say in practice we don't bother looking back on things. It's just in the race that we do.
We could do. It could be pullovers like the FIA.
Fine people for not turning up to the anthem.
Yeah.
Yeah, have a look at the end, Spat. Nürburgring, what happened on the Nürburgring? Is there anything to look back at?
Mm,
You don't have the. Oh, never mind.
What?
We did Autopolis last. Never mind.
Yeah, Autopolis was last, so once they were leaving that to
Yeah.
last. Was there anything?
Autopolis. Gotta say it right, man.
Autopolis, sorry.
Shut up.
Sorry. Nurb first lap
You
is
should
going to be
have panned out.
interesting.
Mid-race, you were wanting me to win.
JHS13 says
have
him
Spectator.
and
Good
ARPS.
bridge.
I had a beautiful start there.
Panam had a
Ignore
terrible
my
start. That was terrible.
Yeah,
Whoa,
ignore
what's going on, Pano?
that. I didn't hit him.
No, I'm just making sure.
Activate Windows.
Yeah, he doesn't activate Windows sticker. Judging by it, and say I think the first section was pretty clean for everyone. A little bit of tussling and whatnot going on by here, but nothing untoward. Jova, you were in the pits of this, and you remember anything distinctively happening at the start?
I don't really remember anything now. Might have been, but I'm not sure. Probably not. Was some hard racing, but nothing major, I think.
Yeah, you just about keeping it on. You published the Brands replay. Yeah, I'll give it a share for you. The thing is, I don't think anything actually major happened on the Nürburgring. A lot of it was just hard racing.
And the fact that the Nürburgring's chaos in general.
Can I post all race replays? Yeah, I can post them all. I'll post them all to friends.
By Spectator, are we friends or not? On the PlayStation.
I don't know. I'm willing to let that go. In fact, guys, I think yeah. Should we just call that on? Oh, thank you for the soap, whoever that was. In the meantime, I think we'll call that there for the stewards, though. Was there anything before we do call it though on Autopolis, not to leave it out? Was there anything that anyone can remember
The last
from
lap
it?
where I was shivering.
I had my incident with AK. Just wanna get it over.
Brand Hatch replay uploaded. Watkins, I'll share this.
Lap 1 at the beginning. I don't know what happened, but I was shoved by someone.
Okay, we'll come back and have a look at that for a second. I'm just uploading the replays for everyone.
A few stats from tonight.
And then what lap was that, Panna, where
What were those
AR
few
was
stats
in?
as well, Jova?
Oh, I
I'll
sent
put
it
it
into
in
turn 1.
We've put it in the
The
Discord.
chat.
Ah, so most wins, Icon with 3 wins. Most podiums, Icon and Astral with 4 podiums each. Most top 5, Spatula, Panam, Astral, and Icon. I think it's fair to say Rachel's Tammy at RC, good
Closest
evening.
finish.
Hello, welcome in. Yo, Rachel, says Panam. You know this person, Panam?
Yeah, I know.
Ah,
I know them.
how are
They're from Speedy. Zach, you should know them as well.
cool.
Do I?
Well, welcome in. Thank you
Yeah,
for the
they're
sub as
from
well, whoever that was.
Wait, what?
Brands Hatch, you said, was uploaded. I'll upload Suzuka really quickly. Just put RDL so you know it's for
I know, what
us.
do you
And
want
I'll open it up to friends. So if you need to add me as a friend, make sure to do so. My
So
PSN's
you
below
are
the
on
camera
his
right now.
Discord, Speedy.
Oh, yeah. Alright,
Oh, that's
fair enough,
speedy.
yeah.
Lamar Hatton.
it's not speedy.
There we go. One away from 550. It's a
Another
shame we couldn't hit it tonight. We had so many
Speedy.
people unsubbing and
Speedy as well.
subbing again, though.
Oh, okay.
We started on 549.
That's
We're
not
gonna or
speedy,
549. We're gonna end
Remember,
on 549. I think.
I joined PSR.
PlayStation Racer.
Yeah, I had to do the full 10-page form. It took me like 20 minutes.
Oh, Christ. I'll be honest, I'm not too sure how I feel about that form. There's a lot in that form that you've got to put in, which, you know, I understand that it may be for some people, but not for just casual racers.
It's more just reading and then ticking a box.
I know, but it's like you have to agree that if someone gets
What's that
banned, you
too?
have to remove them off your friendship or friends list, otherwise you get removed. Like there are so
Oh,
many
I don't know
things.
anyone in there, so
Oh, thank
I
you,
don't
Rachel.
believe in
Yes,
that,
please
so-
hit the like button on the stream and say last time I checked we're on 20 odd likes. So yeah, thank you everyone for smashing the likes tonight. As soon as this is done, we'll check auto polis, but until then, we just got to wait for it to upload.
I don't understand how Icon gets such good exits.
Yeah, my incident with AK was lap 2.
Lap 2, okay. And then Astral, something happened lap 1. Do you remember when?
Somewhere in the
I did not
beginning,
send you on the
I don't
curb there.
I was surprised
I'm on the
everyone made
replay
it
now.
through turn 1.
My best laps from January by almost half a second. Like I said, JHS13, you have done nothing but improve when we've seen you in the lobbies. You've upped your sportsmanship rating now, sorry, to S, and you are getting cleaner. Like realistically, yes, your name is the one that's pulled for most of the incidents that happen. Like I'm not going to deny that you are named in most incidents, but we haven't actually had to fully, discipline or hand you any penalties for your actions. Like we've never actually been able to find anything severely putting you at fault. Yeah, just literally just very, very minor little errors. And of course, there was the issue before where you weren't able to use your radar effectively, but you're able to do so now. You are just getting better, but it's all about improvement. So we don't ever want to, stop people from running or kick people out. It's just, we do like clean racing, though. It's a lot easier to commentate on, and it's a lot better for everyone to race and to watch. Lap 1 then, Astral had an issue. It was bumped off. Panam's the direct man behind you, so hopefully nothing to do with him.
No.
Let's...
That was a little bit after. It was a little after turn 1. It was like little.
I'm in the Porsche. Do you think I got good starts, bro?
That was like the right.
I sent it in turn 1. Oh,
Right
where is it?
here.
Everyone made it through clean, though. It was wicked.
Wow, Zach, what a move.
You no longer go for a gap. You no longer racing driver.
Facts.
I'd say, I will be honest, Zach, you had a phenomenal... Is that where it was, Astral? Where you were bumped?
No, it wasn't that.
No. After the happened, except happened.
There?
Yeah, here. He pushes Astral a bit wide and then spins himself.
Oh, well.
And that holds me up.
Spat was being bumped too.
So we saved all the carnage in turn 1 for this to go on.
Not when he's spawning.
So, it looks like it's Panam at fault here for the bump.
No, that's not the
That's the
initial
wrong corner,
contact.
man.
I swear. Instantly when
With
I
that said, though,
I
everyone's
said, sorry.
making it round nice
But that's
enough.
not the- But that wasn't the initial contact. That one was.
Okay. Astral. I hate when the mouse does that and it goes in the middle of the stream.
Yes, that pushes
Um,
wide, and then Panam straight lines into the back.
I didn't do anything. And I said sorry instantly. That's where you remember that, right?
That was lag.
And then
Bruh.
Spat gets the fattest tank slapper ever.
When I accidentally hit you.
Do you know what? It's actually hard
I
to...
had nothing do. The contact I had with
Do you know what? No, it's
Astral
really
was
hard to be
before
able to
that.
decipher what's an incident, what's lag here.
Everything's lag. Like
Everything,
on that
yeah.
corner specifically, everything's lag.
Yeah.
That's mean it's like I can't pinpoint anywhere where it went wrong for Astral there. See, he's just lagging all over the place, same as Spat. All
here,
just lagging
that's
all
the-
over the place. Lamar, what's going on with Lamar? I can't find your blinking name anywhere. Yeah, hang on.
No,
There you are. Right,
when
what
Panam-
happened? What happened?
Panam, when you punt him, supposedly, in that corner, you're like a good metre and a half away from his bumper.
Lamar and AK are having a fantastic battle at the back here.
Yeah, but I instantly said sorry while racing.
Oh,
I genuinely think that's lag.
I think Lamar just dived. I think, yeah.
Bump.
I'm willing to put all of this down to a racing incident and just, like Spat said,
But
just lap
my
one stuff. Like, look,
concept has
everything's
nothing to do with crash
everything's
button
going
button,
on.
though.
It's all up in the air. You know, everyone's all over the place. I think it's willing to just say that any incidents from here aren't. There's no direct blame. There's no one to say like, yeah, that person's wrong. Like even Lamar's little dive onto the inside there of Deluxe here. I think it's just poor positioning just from everyone in general. Like Lamar can't really go anywhere. He's got AK. He was a little bit later on the brakes and did somewhat use.
Look at the beginning of lap 4.
Lap 4 beginning.
On Pan Am's point of view, yeah?
Oh, ARP, yeah. Yeah, he is turning through there. Wait.
Lap 4 at the beginning.
Go back to like the last corner.
Yeah, he's giving you no space there.
Well, we're side by side now.
I want to see what happens.
Look what he does.
Yeah, he's pushing you right out there. I will be honest. He's not giving you any space. He's squeezing you out.
Lap 2, my POV last corner. But
Okay. I think that 5 was it when Arps tried to dive for me from like a mile back, and I just moved the other way.
So what happened here with Junior, Panam?
just let it play.
Wait, which lap?
Yeah, I on the throttle a bit early, but we
Is
both
this
made
you?
it.
Right, on board with AK then to just watch what happens there. Did he give this or the space? Oh, Spat's friends with Super GT. Cool.
Wait, what?
That's
Cool.
flags.
AK.
Did anyone ask though?
Still a cool thing, bro.
Cool thing, but did anyone
Right.
ask?
Anyway, back to the stewards a second,
Yeah.
fellas. Back to the stewards.
Oh,
What do we feel about AK's move here with Panam?
I'm trying to look at.
Panam, actually, Panam, stay quiet on this one because you're directly involved. So this is
Yeah,
for
I won't say anything.
this is for Zach and Jolvo.
He's slightly turning right as he hits
They
the
showed the
apex.
inputs. The inputs.
Like he's turning right on the apex.
Space is given so far. Nah,
Yeah,
he
he
could have given
just-
more space there.
When he
Yeah,
hits
no.
Panam, no, but when he hits Panam, he's still turning right.
But he said he got hit onto the curb, and he never hit the curb there last time.
You can
He
cut
just
back.
doesn't. Oh, Spat, I don't know what his
Oh,
problem
yeah.
is. I like you anyway,
He
bud.
could have
Right,
got
so
that curve. He could have got that curve a lot more.
Yeah, there I do hit him. Yeah, sorry for that.
no, it's fine. It's a little rub. It's a little rub.
Bro, I'm not Pam.
That's-
okay, bro.
That's the curb, he've said. So I know we're now watching it from the front view, but what I want to see is if there was any disturbance on the front end of his car as he goes over this curb.
I do that every lap in the race, and it doesn't do anything.
I mean,
I'm not
visually, it
seeing
looks
much
like he's
disturbance. I'm not seeing much disturbance at all.
Now when you take it like that, there's gonna be no disturbance. You could've cut
turning.
that
Yeah, but
off,
Matt,
gave space.
when he hits Panam, he's turning right still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's a bit late to turn and he doesn't give the space, which then in his front did go light, says Spat.
Mm.
I will say he can cut that curve a lot more.
Yeah. He got away to.
Let's try from this view, because we may be able to see if there is any movement in the front end at all.
No.
Oh, there's
Look at
few
the
actually.
difference look at the difference between me and Panam.
Yeah,
me
except
and-
that.
I don't know. I think he may have. I think he may have caught the curb, but I also believe that he didn't turn. He didn't turn at the time where he should have. I think he's turned a little bit or
He's done a lot later than he should have.
that's meanness. I feel that yes, there's the mitigation there. It certainly wasn't on purpose. I know it wasn't it wasn't a nasty move, but he could have moved himself over a bit there.
If you turned in earlier, then both would have made the corner both.
The direct comparison between me and Akon.
And it did cost Pan Am a serious amount of spaces. Everything's just so laggy tonight. Yeah, it has been a little bit laggy. Turn 1, lap 5 for Julian, so we'll have a look back at that now. Just quickly though, again, Pan Am, just stay quiet a second. Jovo and Zach, what do we feel here? For 8K.
Wait, what lap is it? Oh, the one we just looked at.
Yeah.
It's a tough one to call, but this one I don't think is lag. I think this one is a little bit of driver error. And like Spat said, you did notice AK's car went light, but I don't think he turned as quick as he perhaps could have, and would have saved Pan Am from going off into the grass and, of course, losing himself 4 positions from doing so. Well, maybe even 5th, actually, with Guerras coming past him now as well.
You can cut the corner a lot more than what he did.
You can cut that corner more.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm sending you a comparison. One sec.
Okay, 1 sec then. We just want to watch Julian turn 1, lap 5.
Yeah, do that then.
Why did Julian pit? Why he pitted, I'll never know. Is this what he wanted? Is this what you wanted me to look at? You just wanted to watch you pit?
Wow. Wow, what a move.
Fantastic move. Thank you for bringing my attention to this. What else was there then?
No, I looked at it. Wait, look.
Maybe it was lap 6. It must have been lap 6.
No, go, no. It was...
I mean, again though, I don't see how it could have been because there's no one near you.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I don't know who you want me to blame there. Lap 6.
The air.
I'll say yeah, it was the air's fault. No, I just wanted to watch this. Sorry. Oh Christ.
Zach
Okay.
sent you a video clip. Zach sent you a video clip.
Okay. Yeah, this wouldn't be the end of it then. So what's this for, Zach?
This is just a comparison of the one between Pan Am and AK.
Right. Okay.
This was last lap between me and Akon.
You can take a lot more curb there.
That's
Okay.
basically carbon copy of.
Yeah. After seeing that, yeah, I'm convinced that you can take a lot more curb. AK, are you still in the chat with us, bud? If so, Jolvo and Zach, can we decide what we are to penalise AK with, if any? I mean, we don't have to penalise him. We could very much just leave that as a verbal warning and leave it down to the racing involved. But how do you guys feel on it? Do you feel that there's something that needs to come into play for this, or?
It's tough though, because we don't know if he knows that he can take that much curb.
Well, he says that it's because he straddled the curb, which caused his car to push out wide. This is what Junior's saying back.
The thing is, the incident itself is not that major, but it's just the consequences for Pan Am that were...
Exactly, it's Pan Am losing 5 positions, which is what's the thing for me.
The
Like
incident
Orion,
itself
yeah,
is not
Orion
that
got
much.
Orion got a back of the grid penalty for his turn 1 incident, but I will be honest, that was a lot more carelessness than what we're seeing here. What we're seeing here, I think, is a lot more intense, hard racing, and it just goes a little bit wrong for AK. I don't think it was an intentional move by all stretch. He certainly...
I lost positions.
Yeah, it was just right. So, Pan Am, I guess we can ask your opinion on it now. It's just, how do you feel about the incident? Like, how did you see it?
We can leave it at a racing incident. I don't care too much now after the race. Just at that point in the race, just got a bit mad because my race got destroyed basically.
No, I hear you, mate. I hear you. All right. Well, with that in mind, then, guys, how do we feel about that then? Just leaving it as a racing incident, letting AK, I guess, get off with a warning on this one, of just to try and keep the cars tighter, but no actual penalty.
For the future, you can take that corner a lot faster, a lot sharper, and a lot more curb.
There we go.
don't turn in so late.
Okay. Well,
Stay
I'm
more
willing
on
to
the-
leave that as it is. But no, thank you ever so much, though, guys, for everyone who's tuned in. We are going to be calling it an evening there. I've shared all the replays for everyone to go back and have a look at, but of course they're shared to only friends, so my PSN is directly below me there. But no, thank you all ever so much for jumping in with us tonight. It's been a pleasure. We will see those tomorrow that are coming back for the RDRP, and if not, we'll catch you either Thursday or next Tuesday. But other than that, though, guys, thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure. Take it easy, and peace out.
These nuts.
We won't end it quickly. That was a little bit of a false one because Spats just put in just in time. Did I want to watch my clip? So we will go back
That's
and watch it.
crazy.
Wait, that's supposed to be sent.
Wow.
Bruh.
Spat put guess not. Ah, you thought wrong. We'll just jump into sort of the part where we picked up from.
Oh.
Okay, so we'll go from here. Because of course Spat wanted us to review this quickly, so we'll review. I'll turn my camera off for it. Touch from Spat. Dive from Spat. Somehow makes it.
He was throwing these dive bombs the whole evening, by the way.
He was what? Oh,
Oh.
Oh my god.
that would explain, right? That would explain wholeheartedly why Gueras in the chat was laughing about the fact that we said it's practice. Oh, Gueras, you got away with that, mate. If that was in race or qualifying settings, that would that would have been a bit of a punishment. That was bad. We'll watch that back just for the benefit of JHS because I think you missed it. So Spat puts a little dive here. In fact, we'll just go back a little touch more. Spat puts a dive in on Gueras through this bend. Now the dive's a little bit. It's a little bit heavy-handed, we'll say. You know, he's come in rather late and does sort of force his way past, but relatively clean. You know, Gueras doesn't cost too much time, but Gueras had something else to say about that, and yeah, introduced Spat the barrier quickly. But yeah, luckily it was in practice. But yeah, guys, come on, we can keep this clean. Thank you very much, Spat, for obviously sending that in, and yeah, and say we caught it at the end. But no, that's yeah, that's funny. We don't encourage that sort of behaviour in practice, obviously, but if it happens, it happens. It's practice. We're not going to say anything. In the race, it's different, but kind of a mid-murder could have done more damage. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, if he could have got a bit more of a spontaneous smack onto him, but evidently not. It is what it is. But no, guys, we'll actually end it now. But yeah, thank you very much for jumping on with us. We just had to rewatch that clip from Spat. But yes, we'll see you all tomorrow, and if not Thursday. And if not Thursday, we'll see you all next week. Remember, guys, smash the like button on the stream. Smash the subscribe button if you haven't. Join the Discord as well, and we will catch you all in the next one. Take it easy, guys.
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson.